can tell it's out of shape for being off a week. That feels a little better at the end. Fam, good to see you again. And I've almost got everything filled up. I feel done. Obligations met. Pressure taken off. You know what I'm talking about, right? Being football fanatics like we are, get yourself a lot of trouble around the home folks, man. So what? We'll endure that. We'll go through it. And we'll survive to do it some more. Fam, looking at the quarterback, I don't know even what to call it now. It continues. But it's going on. But now the quarterback situation is going all over the league. So we've seen some things happen. Carson Wentz has left Indy. He's on his way to the Washington team. And, of course, Russell Wilson. Hey, if you see any Hawks fans in there, don't give them a break. Do not let up on that ass. Oh, work. You know what? If a Hawk fan shows in here today, they'll be shocked. Got a lot of nerve. And, of course, we got Jimmy checking into the hospital. I know some people don't find that amusing. I find that's hilarious. Anyway, NFL quarterbacks have been the focus for the past few days as the league officially reopens for the 2022 season this upcoming Wednesday, which will be March 16th. The media has predicted a number of potential landing spots for the JG, but team administrators have yet to publicly announce any dealings in the progress. Meanwhile, Nate Sudfeld, you and I both know we thought the 49ers were going to do anything with this, right? He's been signed to a 1-year, $2 million guaranteed deal. That can net him up to $3 million. That's pretty much, if you keep an eye on where the money's going, that's it, fam. He is the guy. That's it. It's friggin' over. Nate Sudfeld is going to be the guy. But there's going to be a third guy. So tonight, taking your phone calls on the Niners' current quarterback situation and other free agent dealings that have taken place the past few days in Santa Clara. Oh, by the way, you know, these are things that when you look at social media, you go, ooh. But there's not a lot of ooh moments because everything you're seeing going on, pretty much anticipated. You knew it was going to happen, and you knew that's what's probably going to be said. Most of what you see is expected, but suddenly, you look at, well, first of all, let's go. Raheem Mostert suffered a knee cartilage injury last season, according to Adam Schefter. He tweeted this out. Raheem Mostert, who suffered a knee cartilage injury last season, underwent tests this week in Dallas with Dr. Dan Cooper, who said the free agent to be RB is making a full, not partial, not somewhat guarded, he's making a full recovery and will be ready to play this season, according to his agent, Brett Tesler. I just want to get your comment on that. I'd love to have Raheem Mostert back, but I don't know if we can really, I don't know. I'd really wish he's like the prize on top, right? And according to the Game Day NFL, there were reports swirling. This is one of those reports you did not anticipate, right? Because the 49ers been talking about, oh, we're so poor. We don't know how we're going to pay people and keep this team in Super Bowl contention with no money. So anyway, there are reports swirling that Bobby Wagner would like to team up with Fred Warner in San Francisco. Bobby's thinking like Richard Sherman. Man, if I could just get back at the Hawks. Would this be the greatest linebacking duo possibly in NFL history? Now, we've seen some great duos, including our very own Willis and Bowman. But Bobby Turner and Fred Warner. Talk about it. Tom Pelissero tweeted out 49ers Jimmy Garoppolo's shoulder surgery was performed Tuesday by Dr. Neil Chache, one of the nation's leading shoulder specialists. The expectation is Garoppolo is fully cleared right around the start of training camp for whatever team he ends up on. You and I both know what that did to his trade possibilities, right? That episode has many people constructing plenty of theories, so make of that what you will. But I got a feeling Jimmy's going to get cut. And I say that because, well, the savings, they still got to pay that $7 million. I don't know what they're going to do about this. They can't afford to wait until the beginning of training camp? What are they going to do? Your ideas on that? I don't know what they're going to do. I can't imagine what they're going to do. Of course, everybody's heard, well, the 49ers could just keep him, but I don't see them wanting to do that. I really don't. Because the 49ers, that plan A is, let's. Anyway, Lombardi himself reported that Demetrius Flanagan-Foles is officially back with the 49ers for 2022. The linebacker signed his ERFA tender, presumably worth $895,000 for the season. Flanagan-Foles is a homegrown product, safety turned linebacker who's become a key special teams contributor. And earlier this week, Matt Maiocco, NBCS tweeted, quote, the 49ers signed Kevin Givens, JaMycal Hasty, Maurice Hurst for reasons unknown to me, and Colton McKivitz to a one-year deal, one-year extensions. The team also re-signed quarterback Nate Sudfeld. Let's examine that move for a moment, though. The 49ers made a transaction yesterday that signals a change for sure is coming to the depth of the quarterback department. In re-signing Nate Sudfeld to a fully guaranteed 1 year, $2 million contract, the 49ers made their intention known that Sudfeld is the top option to serve as a number 2 QB behind T. Lance. It is imperative for the starting and backup quarterbacks to have a good relationship. And Sudfeld fits in well with a quarterback room last season that Coach Shanahan rates at the top of the list of those he has experienced in his career. And that's a long time. Wow. You know, there was a lot of love going on in 49ers. How long this can continue, but the entire team, Lynch and Shanahan have done they've set a new standard for quarterback rooms. The compassion each guy on that team has for each other is amazing. You don't see that. You just don't. 49ers just all over the place. Coach Shanahan said after the season's end, though, it was a really genuine, cool room where we enjoyed each other. When we were done with football, the meeting didn't always end. Sometimes we would just sit there and hang out, and that was genuine, unquote. Lance and Sudfeld have a good rapport. They arrived together at the premiere of teammate Trent Williams' documentary in December. The 49ers are known to think highly of Sudfeld, who suited up for 3 games last season due to injuries to Jimmy G. Lance. He remained on the team's practice squad for the entire season, as you know, where he was available for any team to sign him for a spot on the active roster at any time. Schefter actually drafted. Does Adam Schefter get paid to say some of the things he says? People look at Schefter as a potential starter. Anyway, the 49ers' intention or plan A for this offseason is to trade JG in order to get compensation in return, create $25.5 million in cap space, and clear the way for Lance, the number 3 overall pick in the 2021 NFL draft, to take over as a starter. I mean, you don't make that deal unless you do have that plan. Unless you're the Green Bay Packers. And, of course, Jordan Love, I understand, is being solicited as being trade bait. Niners are currently over the cap a few mil and have until the upcoming Wednesday, March 16th, when the 2022 season officially starts, to get under that cap. Bam, that is going to be very interesting. Count the days. That's why we're going to see. I expect something really epic to take place by Tuesday. JG is eligible to be traded Wednesday, and an agreement with the team can be made at any time. What do you say in the league office? Listen, we've already got this deal in place. Don't tax us. We're going to get under the cap. We know we're over right now, but don't worry about that. We got that covered. Maybe the league does accept that. Listen, if it doesn't happen, you guys that fine will be doubled. Complicating matters, as you know, is that Garoppolo might not be cleared to throw a football for 4 months after undergoing that shoulder surgery he just got taken care of on Tuesday. Meanwhile, it's not really known, but the Washington Commanders have went ahead and signed Carson Wentz. Whether that was the option they took because of JG's situation is anybody's guess. You'll get 2 camps on that immediately. Jimmy Garoppolo's not worth a pot of spit. Wentz is a real quarterback. You get that, and then you get the facts. So, but Nate Sudfeld made out, man. I mean, dude, Sudfeld earned approximately $300,000 from the Niners last season. His new contract includes a guaranteed $2 million that can rise to as much as $3 million, as I mentioned earlier, with incentives, according to reports from Adam Schefter of ESPN. 49ers are likely to add 2 more quarterbacks to the offseason roster, as Coach Shanahan, he normally carries 3, right? But no matter who they add, it's unlikely they would succeed the contract handed out to Sudfeld. Nobody else is getting that much money. The 49ers don't have this kind of money to throw around, even if they did. The move appears to take the 49ers right out of the picture to add such veterans as Tyrod Taylor, as some people suggested, because of his relationship with Coach Lynn. But I knew back then, that's a lot of money. Tyrod Taylor's not going to come cheap. All right. Marcus Mariota, that was completely out of the question. Raiders had to pay him $10 million last year. So Marcus can come for 49ers for what, less? Maybe, but I can't imagine that. He can get Marcus Mariota could still probably start for some teams as well. I'm surprised nobody went after him, because what I seen displayed with the Raiders on that one night, I was, damn, Mariota works really well with this team. Is that just he just needed a rest? And of course, Mitchell Trubisky's out. Mitchell Trubisky is there's stories behind him. So but he was on the list of people the 49ers could possibly bring in to back Trey Lance up, which would have probably made us all feel a lot better, because Sudfeld, I'm trying to understand this. Sudfeld was inactive every game of his rookie season behind Kirk Cousins and Colt McCoy. That's pretty far down on the chain. After getting cut before the start of the next season, Sudfeld signed with the Eagles. Over 4 seasons with the Eagles, he appeared in 4 games. Fam, here's a question. How are you feeling about the Lance-Sudfeld combination, and what to do with Jimmy G if you can't trade him due to, number one, who would dare trade for a quarterback that's going to take a while to recover from a throwing shoulder procedure? Now, I'm not. And by the way, if you're watching for the first time, you think I am so pro Jimmy G. It's ridiculous. It gets me into trouble. I've lost friends because I support Jimmy G. Okay, so I'm not saying it's to knock Jimmy G. I'm saying, at this point, this is a very awkward situation for the 49ers. What do you do? What do you expect? I've already suggested the 49ers going to go ahead and cut Jimmy. But then again, as I said, that's going to still cost them a lot of money. So the trade is really planned. I mean, that's not an option. You got to trade him to get some option, get some money back. I'm sorry, save a little money and get some compensation. Also, it seems Deshaun Watson is suddenly being cleared of his criminal situation. How will that set the 49ers back, putting Jimmy further out of the conversation for trade? And by the way, you probably already heard the rumor, too. That's what the Hawks are doing the whole time. The Hawks get rid of Russell Wilson. They accumulate picks. Heck, they can give Texas those 2 first-round picks, and they got Watson coming in a hurry. They also got rid of way too many people for Deshaun to come over and just fix things. Although he still would have those premier wide receivers, one of the best combinations in the league. We'll see. Finally, your opinion on the re-sign so far of Kevin Givens, Michael Hasty, Maurice Hurst, and Colton McKivitz to 1-year extensions. And anything else you want to add in? This is that time of year when it's just a potpourri of whatever 49ers, right? Here we go, right? He forgot to put his ears on. I'm going to start using buds because these are like falling apart on me anyway. You know what I'm saying? All right. Oh, God. Anyway. Hey, is that Brian? Brian! Brian.
The law says, know your role and shut your mouth.
Brian.
What's up? What's up, stranger?
I know you, right? I've been watching things from afar and quietly and, taking shots at the Hawks and things like that. But you know what? Suddenly our situation coming up on Wednesday is the last minute to get under the cap, right? So I'm assuming Jimmy checks in the hospital on a Tuesday afternoon, which was pretty funny. I said, Jimmy, did you know about that shoulder? Or did anybody know about that shoulder? How is it you checking the hospital this Tuesday, days before the time to make a deal? So, it's pretty funny. And then you look at some of the people we resigned. I only have a problem with Maurice Hurst. I don't. Kevin Givens, JaMychal Hasty, that's fine. They can go in there and beat somebody out or get beat out. Colt McKivitz, a lineman, that's coming along, the 49ers homegrown product. But other than that, But the Jimmy G situation, you can talk about that as well. Are you happy with the Sudfeld Lance combo going into the 2022 season? Is that fine with you, or would you rather see a little more strength behind Trey Lance?
I think the Sudfeld and the Lance for now, I think that's fine. I think that's kind of fine with me because, I mean, with the issue with Jimmy, with Jimmy G or whatever, I just think that it's a business move with him trading. It's our best. I think it's our best bet and hope that that we are able to trade him in spite of his surgery or whatever. Hopefully that we can run it. Hopefully we can strike a deal with a team that'll take a chance on. And I think there's some teams out there who need quarterbacks. And we had a busy week. There's been a busy week this week. With of course your boy Aaron Rodgers. He signed, which I knew they wasn't going to go nowhere.
I forgot to mention him.
They were going to give him the key to the season.
So tired he didn't say nothing. Everybody knew. Aaron does this for what reason? I don't know. Every year.
Right.
I'm not happy with this and I'm not happy with that. And here come the trade deals, right? And I'm not happy. And you know what? I'm thinking about retirement. I'm contemplating, and I'll let you know later on. Aaron, stop. You're going back to Green Bay. You'd cry your eyes out if Green Bay said they've got a deal for you.
Mm-hmm. and the trade with Russell Wilson, that was a loop.
That was surprising.
I didn't see that coming. That caught me off guard.
Yeah.
But hey, but we can safely say now, Ronbo, that now with him and then the later release of Bobby Wagner, which was low down. They didn't even tell him. They just
just called him up in the middle of the day. Russell's
10
gone,
years.
Right?
He gave him 10 years. He gave him 10 years.
What would you do, though, Brian, to get him in a 49er uniform? Now, you're going to have to cut a lot of people. Wagner's got a huge salary, right? So, you'd have to get some minimal players to surround Fred and Bobby.
And then, but first thing, Ronbo, you got to, okay, because you're looking at both of them are Mike. They both of them play the same position, the Mike, the middle linebacker. And then second, you got to decide who's going to wear 54. They can't both wear 54. They both wear the same. You know that, right? Nobody studied that.
Okay, hey, Brian, you know 54. What, though? Fred will probably yield to Bobby because I notice our guys are real polite when new people come to us. Look at J-Dub.
Yeah.
When Jimmy came, I mean, who's he gave his number to? Anyway, he's got our players never have a problem yielding their number. And, they're so welcoming to other people. So.
Yeah. But you know what? If we ran like the 34 defense, with the 4 linebackers and 3 down linemen, that might work. With Bobby coming in, that might work because now you're looking at another Patrick Willis and Navarro Bowman.
Mm-hmm.
You got 2 great middle linebackers. You got 2 great linemen. But with the defense we're in now, and I don't know, Ronbo. I don't know if they, unless one of them got to decide who's gonna play the Mike and who's gonna play the Sam or Will or whatever. Because you only have one Mike.
But Brian,
you only have one middle linebacker.
True, but if you're sitting up in the 49ers front office, the rumors are out that the Rams, who no one knows how they could possibly afford Bobby Wagner, have been in talks with Wagner's camp. See, and then the Rams are not only the Rams, and then you hear about the Cardinals seemingly have come close to closing a deal with Bobby. And, we're going to sit there. See, there are things that you should do. This would be a defensive move to keep Bobby Wagner the hell up out of the NFC West if it's not going to be with us. And the Rams and the Cardinals are probably thinking the same thing.
Yeah. But if we were to take Bobby, let's say the football guys bless us with Bobby Wagner. So who do we get rid of? Who do we let walk?
You're going to have to do some gutting of the roster. I don't know. Dre Greenlaw's
Seriously.
gone.
You were gutting. You're right, gutting.
Yeah. Al Shar, he's gone.
Yeah.
You keep Flanagan
Yeah.
Foles, he's the cheap one. You draft a kid. Maybe now you've got a room of 4. You're
Yeah.
gonna have to cut some fat somewhere else. You see, that's why
Yeah.
I just don't. Man, that's gonna be. I don't know how they're gonna do that if they do. But I'm sure
But I
that
read him
mouth
go
is watering.
anywhere other than I read for him to go to Dallas and to go to Rams. Anywhere but the Rams.
Dallas needs a
Anybody.
linebacker really bad too
Yeah. Yeah, they do.
to go along with that other hatchet man. Ooh, they would be rough then.
That Parsons. That's what they've been talking about.
Ooh.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh.
Yeah. But you know what, Ronbo? While we've been talking free agency, whatever like that, don't you realize that even D Ford, we can't even do nothing until June 1st.
Mm-hmm.
We can't do nothing. Even if he retire, Ronbo, we have to say, can you retire after June 1st? Because I think it counts toward some kind of way. It counts toward the cap or what have you, you know. But if we wait to June 1st, but if he, let's say we part ways after June 1st, then
translates differently.
We might save, we'll save a little money, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
I said, dang, I again, who was his agent?
Dude needs to run for some kind of office in U.S. Administration because that was amazing. And the 49ers agreed to it? That's what's even more perplexing.
And they signed on it. And we didn't get nothing. And the thing about it, Ronbo, we didn't get nothing but barely 9.5 sacks out of him.
and all the time he's been with us, which has been, 3-4 years now?
All that. 3-4 years, 9.5.
So I don't know. It's just a strange situation. So, all these things are still up in the air. I don't know how they're going to handle this.
Yeah. So, and there's another thing, Rumble. Some of these YouTube programs, whatever, and I forgot the other 49er thing is where the guy gets on there. He talks about the rumors, all that. Every time somebody, it seems like obviously every time when somebody gets released, whatever,
they're coming to San Francisco.
Sign it. Yeah, sign it. It could be Deshaun Watson. They got, they link up Deshaun Watson. Now that he's been
cleared,
let's sign him. Bobby Wagner, let's sign him. I think it do.
Yeah.
We don't have the capital.
And also, is that feasible? Really, seriously, you bring him in. You've already given. We could trade Trey. I don't know. It's just far fetched. I don't know why anybody thinks that's going to happen. I'm not sure the 49ers, no matter what, there's a lot of women's groups that think if he gets off, he's getting off. But we're not appreciating it. And if 49ers, if you bring him here, don't look for our support any further. And those groups are going to start, and it's going to be a PR nightmare. We'll see.
I'm not even from Memphis. I'm pretty sure over in the Bay, there's a lot of women's groups, and that's the last thing you want to do. That wouldn't be feasible.
I tell you, Brian, I'm looking forward to seeing you Sunday, and just have a wonderful weekend. All right, appreciate you, fam.
Yes, sir, Ronbo. Shout out to you. Shout out to the 49ers faithful. Shout out to production, who makes it all possible. And guess what?
Yeah,
the law is out.
Night, fam. Looking forward to hearing from you Sunday.
All right, Ronbo.
Night. And there is the man known as the top head chef and bottle washer at the Papa Dragon residence, Papa Dragon. Come on in, Papa.
Welcome back, Ronbo. I missed you, buddy. I missed you.
Oh, thanks. I missed you too. Shucks.
I was praying for you. I was like, oh, Ronbo, oh God, baby Jesus, please bless Ronbo. Let him get through these tough times as he deals with his 49ers addiction.
and domestic issues at the same time. I got them shelves put in on the back porch area that I've been promising for over a couple of years. So I'm working fast. I'm working hard.
I'm trying to do some promises too, dude.
Because they never
I got
stop.
you.
you
No, they
know.
don't. No, they don't. Hey, man, let's talk some football, man. Let's talk
All
some
right.
football. Oh, you know, best thing I can say is this: what would I do if I was looking for a quarterback? I will say this: that Jimmy G for me probably would be plan C or plan D, but I think we're at that point, so I definitely would trade for him. Um, I have many times insulted Jimmy G. I have tried to counsel you through a breakup with Jimmy G, but the reality is that Jimmy G had a tremendous hold on the locker room, and Carson Wentz didn't.
Oh,
It was
I
the
mean, you
complete
heard the
opposite
conversations
over in the
behind him,
Colts.
right? I mean, it's
Yeah.
hostile. But and both Philadelphia and Indy. I said, wow, all that? I didn't know about all that. My
Well, I
God.
didn't know. I
What
mean,
was he
I
doing?
heard some stuff. He just my from what I was told, it's just literally it's just like he's just one of those hard-headed cats that thinks he's the smartest guy in the room. It's like Jay Cutler-esque kind of a thing.
Jay Cutler.
It really is.
Made me laugh
It's
so
like
hard.
it's the difference between Jimmy G and Wentz is that Jimmy G is gonna make his mistakes, probably on fourth down or third down, and but he's got time typically to kind of come back from it, which is why his win percentage is so much better.
Mm.
Because for some reason, Jimmy G, he could have kind of like a mediocre game or a bad game. Then all of a sudden, the last drive of the game, he just comes alive. This
Yeah.
looks like Tom Brady.
Green Bay. God. The
Exactly,
first game of the
exactly.
season. Jimmy, what was all that game
Right.
earlier? Okay. Yeah, I get it.
Yeah, and Wentz is the opposite. Wentz is more likely on 2nd and 5, in his own end zone to
Go
throw an
9-2.
interception
Yeah.
or to fumble or the not even audible out of a play. He'll literally like just run at his own play. So
Mm.
and the coach is like, I thought I told you not to do that. He's like,
Hey,
oh, well,
you know
I
what?
wanted to do that.
You may have underlined one of the biggest problems. He can't follow directions, and when he doesn't follow directions,
Oh,
he doesn't even come in and say, "I'm sorry." He
that's what
probably
I'm saying.
wasn't. I've
Hard
seen that
headed.
kind of guy before. Yeah.
We both have. But it is all. I didn't feel it. What you mean you didn't feel it? You better run the play. So I don't know what happened, but yeah, I mean, I think those are polar opposites. I think if Jimmy G's shoulder wasn't hurt, he probably would have moved on. But I also heard too that Jimmy G was trying to torpedo the Washington deal. Like he didn't want to go to Washington.
As soon as he
So
heard Jimmy Cutter after him, I got to go get my shoulder fixed. What?
that's
Yeah, it's
that's what I
killing me.
heard. That's what I heard. Yeah, I heard that he kept I don't know, his team kept putting up little
Washington.
barriers to Washington. Yeah,
Because from what
and
you
right
just
now
said,
everything's filling in.
Washington
Yeah,
taking Wentz makes no sense. He's just only going to bring heartbreak and pain there. So it's amazing.
yeah. So I mean, if I'm a team needing a quarterback bad, if I'm the Panthers or if I'm the Saints and I want to compete next year, I think a big part of having a good football team is a good healthy locker room. And I think
Mm.
Jimmy G definitely will do that for somebody. I mean, when you think about Jimmy G or you hear things about him, whether across the industry or from players or his own players, they don't say how accurate he is. They say two things. They say what a great leader he is, and we win. And based on where the 49ers came from before Jimmy, I get that. I mean, for all those guys praising him right now, he's the only winning quarterback they've ever known. I mean, before
Yeah.
that, they had a bunch of other people. And as far as Sudfeld's a new Beathard. That's all that is.
Well, what?
He's a new Beathard.
Okay, well, that puts us in extreme danger. E- Pop,
Yes and no.
because it takes you a while to elaborate on this as well, though. But I really see the situation in Indianapolis ideal for Jimmy. He's got a couple of premier receivers. He's got one of the best running
Hmm.
backs, if not the best running back in the game. Unlike Carson Wentz, he is going to do what he's told, almost to the point of irritating. Because if Jimmy Garoppolo would have ever stepped out of just go ahead, Jimmy, every now and then you could do your thing, okay? He might have been even better. I actually see him going to Indianapolis if they can figure out whether he's going to be healthy or not. Because that coach last year went through Wentz at the beginning of the season. He wasn't ready to play yet either. So he's used to that.
No, I think he's a good fit for the Colts because what you want with the Colts is you want a quarterback. If there's 14 guys in the box, they won't audible out of the run. That's Jimmy.
And
That's what
also,
they want.
exactly, and also,
Because
as I
Wentz
said,
was he was
follow
audible.
directions
Yeah.
and only do what we tell you.
Yeah.
Also, you look at the offensive line in Indy. Jimmy gets too much time to throw. I know how you think about
Yeah.
it, but Jimmy will cut you up like a surgeon. If he can get protection, he'll find somebody, and that's all they need in
Yeah,
Indianapolis.
I think that's debatable. Obviously we got to see Jimmy do it because we haven't seen him do that in a long time. And I think it's been kind of a double-edged sword. So it's like, people comment on his quick release, but there's a possibility that he had to quicken up that release because the protection was bad.
Well, that's what I was getting ready to
So
say.
we've
Give him protection.
yeah. I mean,
Now
I'm
he
not
doesn't have to
defending
be in
him.
that kind of hurry.
Yeah, I'm not defending. I'm just calling it like I see it. But I will say this: I do believe that Reich is a better play caller than Shanahan is. I think for some
Oh,
reason Shanahan.
ooh,
Well,
that's saying
Shanahan's got
something.
here's the deal. Shanahan's a better play designer, and he
Yeah.
designs fantastic plays. But for some reason,
I see that
he
difference.
loses his nerve in the fourth quarter, or he gets beat at home by a team he shouldn't get beat by. You know what I mean? There's
Yeah.
like these little things about Shanahan where he's just not closing it out. And I don't know if it's personnel. I don't know if it's O line. Come on. Brunskill's should
Shanahan
be a
has
6 or
fear.
7.
He does. And everybody says, well, he doesn't trust the quarterback. Well, you know what? Shanahan needs to trust the
That's
quarterback at this
fair.
level. It's
That's
fear
fair.
on his part. Yeah.
No, that's fair. When you run when you let a quarterback pass the ball 8 times, or when or even with Mac Jones, they let him pass the ball 3 times.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's some uncertainty there about what you're going to do when you throw the ball. But if there's so many dynamics to the 49ers game right now that we have to improve on. We need offensive line and we need receiver help. To me, I think the year is all about Project Trey. I already know they're going to let our boy DJ Jones go. I don't want him to go, but he's going to go.
Yeah.
There's a chance that Laketon may go. He may go.
If there comes a
But
bidding war, 49ers not going to get into that.
we
They can't
can't bid
afford
right
to.
now because
They can't afford
if I'm the 49ers, guess what? I'm not cutting Jimmy G. I'm telling you why. Because he's gonna count 7.5 million against the cap.
to.
I can't cut him. I can't cut D Jones. So don't be mad at the 49ers. Be mad at Parag. What they need to do. What they need to do is they need to do some of that cap magic that the Rams do, and just push. They need to rework 20-something contracts. Push all that money to the front.
And
They need to go all in.
They need to start now because they got a lot of people to go.
They need to go all in. Yep. And then all the other rumors. I don't care about the rumors right now. I think
That's
that
media
linebacker
stuff.
wise, yeah, I think we're fine. But if Wagner comes, then do you switch your defense? In Madden, you say, oh heck yeah, I'm switching my defense. But it's
Well,
not so easy to do
yeah.
that. Well, technically, it wouldn't be that bad because every time came from a 3-4.
Well,
So
we're gonna have to get into that Sunday. But the thing is, now you got your personnel
yeah.
is probably designed to do what it does. I mean, you're gonna have to think about switching people up, making deals to get somebody else.
Not necessarily
Yeah, I
because
know.
they got a
Football player's a
defensive
football
end in
player, but still.
Armstead.
Yeah.
No.
They're
There's a
3-4.
possibility. The problem we have with the 3-4 though, here's the problem: is our corners. So we really couldn't go to a 3-4. So to me, Bobby Wagner's out.
Yeah.
If we had better cornerbacks, which is if there's anything on free agency I would do is I would get a cornerback because we're trying to compete for a Super Bowl, right?
Right.
This year. So in order for us to do that, we gotta improve our cornerback position, not necessarily on the outside, but on the inside because you gotta stop Cup.
Oh,
If we do that'll help.
we're gonna do chapter 2
Yeah.
Sunday. That's a
Chapter 2.
long thing to get into
Chapter
on that.
24.
Yeah, that's a
Chapter
whole other show
24.
right there.
Oh my God. It's just crazy, man. And then lastly, okay, I wanted to say that this whole show is awesome. Thank you very much. Please like and subscribe,
Thanks,
and
Bob.
see if if you can go ahead and contact Deshaun Watson and see if you can get like some kind of a rub and tug type of endorsement for your for your channel.
We have some of the best massage places in the Bay Area, and I can't tell you how come I know
Variety,
that, but I know that.
welcome. Come on down to Variety Rub and Tug, where we get you a different lady to work out those kinks for you every
Pop.
day of the week.
I'll see you Saturday, Pop. You bad man, you.
Oh, Deshaun Watson's a joke. He ain't going nowhere.
Yeah,
What? Oh, wait a second. You know where he could go? There's one sleazy bastard in the whole NFL he could go to. That's Pete Carroll
Raiders.
sleazy ass to do it.
Oh yeah, that too.
No,
All right,
Pete
Pop.
Carroll. He's sleazy. He's a sleaziest guy. All
All
right,
right,
I'm
Pop.
out.
See you Sunday. Night, fam.
All right. Variety, rub and tug.
We use the best of soaps. Good night, Pop. Oh God, stop it.
Spin the wheel. Spin the wheel and pick one.
Pop. Good night. Hey, Tony, come on in.
Yeah. What are you trying to do? Reminisce the old days, huh?
Well, yeah. Well, the thing is, there's nothing wrong with a nice massage. It should be it's therapeutic. But hey,
Yeah.
but Tony, I can't wait though, and this is gonna be fun for the next few days because we got what's gonna starting now. I guess I don't know how they're gonna be working over the weekend, but the Deshaun Watson situation is going to escalate. It's going to become the next drama. Now that it segues from Aaron Rodgers and his BS, his annual BS, and now you're going to go to, will morality stop teams from actually pursuing Deshaun Watson? There's going to be groups that are going to deny any positive feedback for any team that actually wants to acquire the services of Deshaun. I can see it right now. I got to tell you right now, Tony. One thing that people need to know, and I know they're already thinking, Ronbo, you know what you talk about. I think sometimes that both Kyle Shanahan and John Lynch attend church on Sundays, and they may be choir boys. So if anybody thinks that the 49ers are about to pursue Deshaun Watson, I'm here to tell you, it's not going to happen. And with that said, Tony, take it from here. Our Sudfeld Lance combination, are you comfortable with that? And some of the free agents we just signed, are you okay with all that? And anything else you want to add?
Yeah, I don't think they're going to go for Watson, Ronbo. But I think we need to look at our team, focus on our team, where our weaknesses are, where we have to bolster up positions for the future. In other words, we've got, some old guys up the front there in the trenches. We need to draft smart so that, when those guys leave, the guys behind that drafted or trained up are ready to step in. There's a lot more to our team than just worrying about Deshaun Watson, you know what I mean?
God, yes. So many things.
I mean, as we need one speedster for Ronbo.
Yes,
there was a bucket load of them in the combine.
So many.
Again, some of the callers were worried about, we're not going to have those 10-minute drives anymore. But I'm more like to flip the field on teams. If you can flip the field on teams and get the ball back, that just shows how much immense power you've got. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And in order to do that, I think I sent you actually on your Gmail, Rombo, safety that I was looking at. He's just got from the highlights, he seems to have a nose for the ball. He's always around the ball, and he hits like a Ronnie Lott. He's a big hit, like a freight train. What's his name? Leon O'Neill Jr. Leon O'Neill
I was
Jr.
looking
is
down
from
here for your mail.
Texas,
Yeah. Okay, his name's
Texas A&M.
Okay, that's a good conference. There's
And
lots of competition.
yeah, so we need, like I said to you before, I think we need some speedsters at the back to chase these guys down, and nullify their third down. If you can stop the opposition's third down and fourth down attempts and then flip the field on them,
you're going to win the game.
I mean, you're not really worried about anything else, you know what I mean? Because you're going to go 2 scores, 3 scores up. And as far as Wagner goes, I mean, all you have to do is ask yourself, do we have the team to deal with someone like Wagner?
Yeah, Tony, why do you say that? Have you heard some things about Wagner as far as personality and chemistry and things like that with the Hawks? Or
No.
It's just that he's a premier player and you can't treat him like just one of the guys.
I mean, I'm more likely to, people, like you said, teams will go, oh, we've got to get Bobby Wagner, we've got to get this guy who's a premier player. Look at your own team. Can you deal with Bobby Wagner? You got the best linebacking core in the league. So if you can deal with Wagner, what the hell would you even look at him twice?
Yeah, that's,
Who cares who gets him?
John Lynch was always saying we're always looking to get better. Okay, they say that going in every offseason, right? So you're going to hear any number of names, and I think that's why media always attaches every big free agent star out there to the 49ers, because the 49ers have made that their credo. They don't even have to ask.
Well, that's what you're supposed to do.
I bet they are looking into it.
They might be. If they get him, all good. But that's what you're supposed to do. You're supposed to look to get better all the time. But it's not like our problems are in the linebacking core. You know what I mean?
Well, that's what I was getting ready to add.
I'm sure Fly Guy will come in later on and straighten you up with a few things.
I mean, if that's an issue on my tablet, it's about number 27 on the list.
But Sudfeld, in regards to him, I did go and have a look at his tapes and things like that. Look, to me, it seems okay. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
he steps up in the pocket. He can go take off for a run. Some of these guys, Ronbo, they just need the right coach and the chance. Sometimes people don't give people chances in this world. You know what I mean? Nah, you're not good enough. We've heard from others.
Yeah.
The guy actually believes in himself and he goes, I know I can do this. I just need a chance. And sometimes that's all it takes. One team to just give them a chance with the right coaching and things like that. And boom,
True. I
you're
agree.
a good player.
You just never know. So don't always doubt guys. You know what? Sudfeld, again, I've not seen him do much. I don't know anything about him. So I always assume the worst. And he might be, like you're saying, he might be something special. And if Kyle thinks so.
From what's out there and it's available, he seems all right, and I suppose he's just going to have to do from now. I mean, what else? What other options do we have? I mean,
well, see, there you go. We can't afford anything else. Tyrod Taylor might have been a good idea. Mariota would have been just an awesome idea. There's probably a couple others, but you're how are you going to pay these people? They're not going to come over here and play for charity money.
Well, how are the Rams going to pay this guy? And then they're going to what's his name? Stafford's going to want to get paid. You just won a Super Bowl for him. You know what I mean? How do these other teams afford to get all these premier players and then play everyone, and we just end up being the Good Samaritan team?
They have a different cap situation. There's one cap for the rest of the league, and then there's that cap that belongs to the Rams, the
Cowboys,
the Bucks, the Cowboys. These people don't have to dance to the same music, so therefore, whatever they do is fine. But if we do it, there's going to be trouble.
See what I mean?
Yeah.
It's I can't work it out, bro.
And Rams fans you got to talk to a Rams fan. He'll break it down for you as to why they can afford to keep 11 All-Stars on one team. on one unit. I said, man, you people are brainwashed. If I were, I could go in there and look at the books. Everybody in that front office would be going to jail. I mean, I just know they're doing something
That's right.
illegal, man. So we'll see.
That's why I think all things like that should be available to the general public, especially if it's a business. It's a business, so it's a public business. So you should be able to look at their books or request.
You can Google up salaries. It's charted.
Yeah.
But I can chart up anything I want to if I'm the one posting up on the site, right? I just make those numbers jibe, and if anybody comes in to investigate, we'll deal with that when it happens. I'm not fooled by that.
The same thing as democracy, Ronbo. I know it's not football, but I explained this to an older gentleman over here in Australia. I said, mate, why is the two major parties, they're allowed to have donations in the millions, but if you want to challenge them as a citizen of the country, you're only allowed to have $100 donation, $100 at a time.
Yeah.
All right. Okay. So what you don't realise is you're no longer living in a democracy, brother, because the guy that's in charge of the country is worth 60, 70, $200 million, and the next guy behind him is going to be worth the same, and the next guy. So it's the rich telling the poor what to do.
Absolutely. It's always been that way and always will be.
With these teams, I think to myself, well, Roger Goodell's, I don't know, what do they do? They go out fishing together, or do they,
invite people
get some of those?
And Tony,
some of those girls
you just amplified on the fact that some of the most elite owners are the ones that seem to be abusing the cap. That's pretty funny, Tony. What a great shot.
Well, who's got the most power?
Jerry Jones by far is the man in the NFL. Tony, wait, this is a good one. We got to go. We're out of time now. Let's revisit this. That's funny. Wow. Anyway,
yeah,
have a great day. I'll see you Sunday.
All right, brother. Shout out to everyone, and see you in the next chapter.
Thanks, Phil. Good day, Tony.
Cheers, mate.
Cheers. And there he is. Hey, Fly Guy.
Ronbo.
Fly Guy, man, you got Nate Sudfeld now and Trey Lance will be leading our team in 2022. Neither one of them have 5 games between them, although we believe that Trey's ready to go. And then Sudfeld, hopefully Trey doesn't get hurt. And but everybody, there's a lot of faith in him. Like Pop pointed out, we don't know him. He may be great. Tony just said he looks good standing in that pocket. He runs when he has to. So maybe he just hasn't been given a chance. So maybe we're okay. But it's kind of scary when you think about it. You just look at, God, man, you guys got no veteran you can put in there? Okay, what we go do? And how you feel about the guys that re-signed? You okay with that?
Nah, we're a joke. We're a joke. One thing, right? You gave everything to bring in Trey Lance. So now you were scared to play Trey Lance, even though Jimmy G got 2 injuries. You never want to play Trey Lance. If you have that much confidence in Trey Lance, you never want to play him. Like, come on, like, so now we don't trust Trey Lance, just like you don't trust Trey Lance, because the first game Trey Lance played, if you go back, if you look at it, he didn't play that good. Go look at it.
I hate to say I don't trust him. I just feel like I don't know enough. I mean, I'm just a little guarded that way. I could be wrong. I hope I am.
Yeah. But the point I'm trying to make is that if Kyle knows he could have won with Trey Lance, why you didn't go with Trey Lance in the playoff when Jimmy G was hurt? That could have saved the season right there. Mm-hmm. If you got that much confidence that next year he's going to win a Super Bowl. Mm-hmm. So Jimmy G is hurt like hell in the playoff, but you don't put in Trey Lance. Mm. That don't make no sense to me.
I know.
And where that don't make no sense, Russell Wilson is going to be traded and there's no offer. At least make something. Make an offer. Make an offer. You feel me?
Be involved, right? Fly Guy, would you have welcomed Russell Wilson to the 49ers?
Of course. So you know how
defense.
he beat us so many times. It's like Bring him on our team.
You know, Fly Guy, you know what's really interesting too? Russell Wilson hasn't done diddly squat since he won that Super Bowl. Why? Because the Legion of Boom left. And people don't know it. Russell Wilson's a good quarterback. But just like I think you said it yourself, defenses are still going to determine who wins the big games, right? So Wilson, without that defense, he was went how many years? 7, 8? You know, pretty soon Hawks fans are, but as I'll be talking about them old moldy antique trophies like you just won one yesterday. See, Flagger, you know what? Hawks fans don't know it, but the seasons are creeping by since they won a Super Bowl, right? And as I said, the defense became so-so in Emerald City, and that's when Russell Wilson, his magic sort of faded. He still carried the team because that's all he had on the team. But without a good defense, but we got one. It might be, you might be right. I don't like Wilson on my team, but I love the way he plays. And if we got him with our defense, we probably would win it all.
And they made no offer. At least try. Just say, okay, here, you want Jimmy? We give you Fred Warner. We give you somebody with that, and give us Wilson.
Are you sure they didn't make an offer though, Fly Guy? They may have. The 49ers be creeping around.
No, they're not making no offer. You never hear any talk that John made an offer. Like
we didn't. Okay, we didn't have 2 first-round. How many first-round picks did Denver give up? Even if the 49ers did make an offer, they would have got blown away. They ain't got no first-round picks.
No.
Denver got how many first-round picks for Wilson did they get?
But we could have gave him Jimmy G.
Well, that's not a first-round pick.
And we could have given him. So we don't have one next year, first round.
No, we don't have one next year.
Oh, but still make an offer. Give him Fred Warner. Give him somebody.
You're going, Fly Guy. You go all out to get Russell Wilson. Huh?
Rumble. The main reason we're not winning right now because we're not putting points on the board. That's what the defense can only do so much. We winning by three, a field goal. We're not putting no points on the board. Fourth quarter, we only had 17 points. Most of the games, like we need to put points on the board. Run the scoreboard. Give the defense a break. And we always running. We have 10 running backs, all of them hurt. Throw the ball.
But the thing is, Fly Guy, I think most games at some point, playoffs especially, they're always determined by low scores. When's the last time a team got blown out in the playoffs? It happens once
No, I'm not
here
talking
and
about.
there, but you don't see it happen.
I'm not talking about. Rumble. I'm not talking about the playoff. I'm talking about every game that we play. Every game that we play was a close game.
Yeah.
And we gonna need a heart transplant soon.
Well, you know, the games that we was ahead, they got sorry in the fourth quarter. You take that first game we had against them sorry Detroit Lions. The game was already put away by a large margin. And here come the Lions almost about to win it in the fourth quarter, right? The Eagles,
because we not
similar.
Yeah.
Well, the thing is, how many points do you need? I need 50 points to win every week. I need something to stop. Don't get comfortable. Don't get relaxed. The Lions had no business scoring like they did to come back on the 49ers.
If you see the Rams are putting points on the board because I'm gonna tell you, every game they won, they were scoring like almost 30-something points.
Well,
we always stuck under 21 points. The most we scored is 21.
Yeah, but they squeaked out a lot of games. They squeaked out.
And for us to go in a season with just Trey Lance, when we didn't have confidence in him last year, it was just Trey Lance and Sudfeld. Yeah. I believe Brady's coming. I believe that's why I'm not gonna get mad yet.
Well, you believe
somebody's
who's coming? You believe who's coming?
Brady. Brady's coming. Yeah, because
if Brady shows up, I'm definitely gonna pass out. Because Brady's sitting around waiting, acting like, no, I'm retired and I'm happy retired. I'm not, guys. I'm serious.
Nah,
I'm not playing football.
You never know.
Yeah,
you never know. But it don't make no sense going in the season with Trey Lance and Sudfeld. Like, who's the third quarterback? I mean, that's all we're gonna have. Trey Lance go down. Trey Lance go down. Now we're gonna run the whole season with Sudfeld. Somebody else got to be the main focus, like a superstar, like an elite quarterback, somebody that put fears in the defense. Like
they've already given Sudfeld all the extra money they have for that room. They're not going past $2 million. for anybody.
That's not. I mean, so we're gonna mess up the whole team because we don't want to bring a quarterback because John and John and Lynch have too much pride. They don't want to bring a quarterback.
Well,
They be like, oh, the reason we won the Super Bowl is because Brady or because Walter Wilson. Like, it don't make no sense. I mean, it's like the door is closed for a quarterback.
Not really, because Sudfeld's contract is some has some flexibility to it. It's not set in stone. It's a $2 million contract. The 49ers left themselves some wiggle room. If they do get something attractive, they'll have to let Nate go. Well, I don't know about let him go, but he'll be the third guy. Rewrite
It don't make
I
no
don't know.
sense right now.
There's things they can do.
It don't make no sense. So we gotta wait and see what they do because it's not making no sense just going in the season with Lance and Nate. Like, what are we doing? Let's get hurt. Now we run the whole season with Nate. He looked pretty good, but I don't know. And then that linebacker thing you talking about, Wagner, bring him in. We don't need no linebacker. How you gonna bring a linebacker when we get Warner all that money?
I know. It's media speculation. Ain't happening. 49ers. You ask Kyle right now. Kyle, you looking at Bobby Wagner? Who? We're not looking at Bobby Wagner, man. We don't know. We're trying to figure out how we're going to make ends meet with what we got now. I'm pretty sure that's what they're really doing. That makes only sense to me.
Save that money for a quarterback. That's what we need. And I don't know if we got to trade Nate, somebody else to bring Watson in with Lance. Let's do something. Don't just sit there and waste another season. That's what's going to end up happening.
Fly Guy, what did I just? Wouldn't it be wild? Now I've got a feeling that Deshaun Watson is a no way, but I could actually imagine 49ers said, listen, we got an up-and-coming kid that's going to be just fantastic. All he needs is a little work, and you guys got the right coaching staff. We're going to send Trey and our 2024, 2023, 24 first-round picks to you, and a third-round pick, and they go ahead and tell you Fred Warner. Like, since you've already said Fred Warner, and then we get Watson and bring Bobby Wagner in, and this is Rams type of football doing.
We gotta move players around. We can't just sit here every year. Only player we bring in is somebody from somebody practice squad. Like,
yeah, well, we'll see.
We still don't have no money because we giving the money. We spend the money in the wrong position. Now we got to pay Nick Bosa almost $200-something million. Like, who does that? You might let him go.
Nick Bosa's gonna get paid, ain't he? That's why we ain't got any money, Fly Guy. Hey, you want to keep superstar talent? You gotta empty out the bank. That's all there is to it. Fly Guy, always a great point. You always do. I'm gonna tell you what. I'll see you Sunday, and there's gonna be something happening between now and then. I got a feeling tomorrow, actually. All right, fam. Have a good night.
Yeah.
And Chardol.
Hey, Ronbo.
Hey, Chardol.
How's your day going so far?
It's going great. This point in the day, I'm not responsible for any more work around the place. So listen, how are you doing?
I also really love your YouTube channel and all the content you put on the platform.
Thank you. Thank you very much, Chardol.
So when I heard that the San Francisco 49ers re-signed Nate Sudfeld, I thought that was one of the worst moves by the team. It really makes me sick to my stomach, and I feel very nauseous at the point where I want to throw up.
That's not good.
And I don't know why they signed him when they could have gone and chosen someone else in this piece of garbage. And I hope they throw him in there with all those pieces of junk, and he'll stink so bad that nobody want to be around him.
Oh, you're really feeling it about that. I don't know. There's, as I told you the other day when you mentioned Mariota and some other people, I don't know that they can afford anything else. And they have a relationship going on. Kyle likes guys who know how to run his system, right? He's really serious about that. He doesn't want to train people on how to run his offense. So he's going to get guys like your Sudfelds, your Hoyers. Beathard may be back. Nick Mullins may be back. These are guys that he doesn't have to train them to death. He's got to bring them in, tell them what we're doing. They go out there and they do it, and that's what Kyle wants to do. He doesn't have time for everything else that would be involved. So
when the 49ers went and signed him, Grant Cohn really wanted Tyrod Taylor to be the backup quarterback to Trey Lance. He was really hyped up for that move.
Mhm.
And I don't know why they were not able to make that trade happen.
yeah, he's got connections with Anthony Lynn, and it's too expensive. Chardol is my guess.
But like when you thought that we signed Nate Sudfeld, were you saying that for right now it's a good move for right now? But
No,
if
I didn't.
they don't fix this situation, this is going to be very dysfunctional with him on this team, because it's going to be very dysfunctional. Because everybody thought that we hate Nate Sudfeld because he's a third string quarterback. Who likes a third string quarterback? I mean, if there's nobody you have, then you got to go with your best option. If you don't have anybody, you go with whatever you have. That's really, really what it really boils down to. Really, whoever
Actually true.
is your
It's
best
true.
player, you go with him.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter if he's the best or the worst. Doesn't matter. He could be one of the craziest players on the team, and you still go and sign him,
Yeah.
like Nate Sudfeld.
Yeah.
But he's a third stringer. Why would you go with a third stringer? Seriously, like tell me, why would you go with somebody like him? Like I wanted.
He developed a relationship with the 49ers, and there's a coach in our system that really likes him. I forget which coach it was, but he came over from Philadelphia, and he brought Sudfeld. Sudfeld's a survivor in the NFL somehow, although he hasn't done a thing yet. And he was drafted in the 6th round, and he's still hanging around. So it's amazing. I don't know. I just when I read it like you said, I said, what do we do? Why? Is this the best we're going to be able to do? Sudfeld and Lance?
And even his former teammate Jason Kelsey played with him on the Philadelphia Eagles.
Yeah.
He was also saying that Sudfeld is not gonna be great with this team. I already know it. I play with this guy on that team, and I know that he's not gonna do so well with the 49ers next season. I don't think how this is gonna pan out with the faithful. Because he played with them, right? Jason Kelsey.
Yeah.
And he also agrees that this was not a great move. And they still went and did it, even though it was not the best.
Yeah. There's going to be a lot of people that disagree with the. It's so funny though, Chanel. I don't see anything but fans saying much, and it's not real energetic. People just don't have much to say. I think, like you, Chanel, I don't think people believe it's happening. We're all in disbelief. Really? Sudfeld's gonna back Trey up? That's it? I still don't believe it.
And sometimes for me, the thing that really surprises me is sometimes you go with a player that's so bad, and you're saying that you chose him. You really thought that this guy is going to be the backup to Trey Lance and nobody else? You didn't think of all the other great quarterbacks who could back Trey Lance up, and you went with him, Nate Sudfeld, this garbage of a quarterback that we went with?
Charlotte, one other thing, though, you can't bring a quarterback in there that actually wants to think about competing. He has to have a subservient mindset. You know what I mean? He can't. You bring in, and let's say during practice or during the preseason, you bring in certain quarterbacks, and they come out and they actually look better in preseason than Trey, right? For whatever reason, because I could see a Mariota or some of the other names coming in and looking a little better than Trey. Now what do you got? You got fans saying, as soon as Trey has a stumble, well, hey, bring blah, blah in, because fans are impatient when it comes to quarterbacks. We don't need to see but one or two mistakes and we're done with them, right? For those who don't, have any allegiance to any players.
Because when you look at certain players, at first you think that they're not going to be who we need, and they're going to be the worst. And then when you analyze them and look at what skills and skill sets they can bring to the team, and what talents they have in their arsenal, they can be one of the greatest players that you ever seen. I mean, it's like you keep like everybody thought Trey Lance was not going to be the greatest, and now he's going to be our star next year. So people keep denying that just because he keeps making mistakes, he's not going to be the star. So that's kind of like a negative way of looking at it. You're basically looking at the negative side of the issue
Yeah.
of the story, and you're not
And
looking at the positive sides, that the thing that the guy has to prove next season,
right. You
which
got
is
to
the
keep an
thing I
open
don't
mind.
understand.
Yeah,
Because
you
I'm the
got to keep an
biggest
open mind.
49er fan out there, and when people say crap like that, it really hurts me. Because
Oh,
I'm
it
like
shouldn't.
saying, like, why are you saying that to him? Like, you first gotta see what he can bring to the team, and then you criticize him. Don't criticize
True.
him early.
Yeah.
You
So we're gonna
criticize
go.
somebody early, it's
It's
gonna
just
really
not
hurt
fair.
his
Yeah.
well being
Well,
and mind.
don't worry. He's not listening, Chardon. The players know not to listen to the outside noise. He's fine.
Yeah, because
We're-
everybody has some things to say to a player, and everybody has some hurtful things to say. But
Sure.
to me, the thing I like about Trey Lance is that he never lets those things get into his head. He
Hey,
never lets all these
he's
negative criticism
Chardon.
get to him. He's
If
a
it
very
makes
good player.
if it makes you feel better, if there's one thing you probably learned from Jimmy is don't listen to that noise. It'll affect you. Mike McGlinchey should have listened too. But some players do not care about what they hear about outside. Chardon,
And I
listen,
know,
we're gonna go though. We're gonna run. We ran out of time already. Let me see you Sunday, okay?
I'll see you on Sunday. We'll talk
All
more
right.
Niners football then.
Looking forward.
You're the absolute OG, and you slay the show every single day.
Thanks, fam. Appreciate
Every
that.
single day, man. I love your show, man. I mean, tell
Thanks, Chardon.
people you gotta let the show out there to everybody who doesn't know about Rombo Sports. Hope like and subscribe to Rombo. Give some love to Rombo, man. See you later. Have a good night.
Thanks, Chardon. See you Sunday.
See ya.
And I see Splendiferous. Splendiferous says it does not matter who the quarterback is. We will win the Super Bowl. Hey, that's what I'm talking about when I talk about positivity. Hey, Jay.
Ronbo, you hear me?
Jay. Yeah, I can hear you, Jay.
Yeah.
And Jay, this is two times in a row when you came in and I could hear you right away. Normally we go through a little bit of adjustment and then we finally get Jay. Jay, this is whatever settings you got right now, don't move those.
Yeah. About Bobby Wagner, Ronbo, I don't think we needed a linebacker, to be honest with you, because we already got Fred and Aziz and Dre are solid, They're solid
agree.
guys. They're not as good as Bobby Wagner, but,
But they don't
they're
cost
still
a
solid,
fortune.
Yeah, they don't cost a fortune. So,
And they've been getting it done. I like Aziz a lot. Remember when Fred was down for a while? Aziz stepped up, boy. He looked good. People start questioning Fred's position. Why we got Fred starting at the mic? I never go along with that stuff. But that's how impressive Aziz was. Fred's still a mic. Aziz is a good ball player, no doubt about it. But I don't know if he's all pro Fred Warner. So
yeah.
But I agree.
So, what's it called? Aziz was good. He was making. He's a
Great plays.
He's a playmaker. Yeah, he was a playmaker. But the thing about Aziz, bro, he's like injury prone. To be honest with you.
Yeah,
I don't know. Yeah.
Hard hitters always seem to wind up hurt. Physical guys always seem to get hurt. You love the way they play, but they're going down at some point, and that's why my heart shifts. Thinking about Nick Bosa every week, I worried about Nick. I didn't say anything because he was Ronbo, man. You give us bad vibes, man. It's gonna be. Nick plays with reckless abandon. He doesn't give a damn about his body. Nick's priority, number one, get that friggin' quarterback, whatever it takes. And I like that in him, but it's dangerous.
And Ronbo, like the last caller, like before whatever, his name was what?
Fly Guy or something.
Fly guy, right?
Like
He's
what?
always.
He is on meth or something because this man said, let's have Deshaun Watson and Trey Lance in the same team." What do you mean? Like, what are you talking about? Okay,
because
buddy.
because Trey can learn from Deshaun, and yeah.
Yeah, learn how to what? Get masseuses or something? I don't know what, but okay.
but the biggest problem with that, and Fly Guy, I meant to tell you, but you kept going. Watson's not old. He's gonna, if whatever deal he signs, he's got like what? I think he's got 4 years left in his
40
current
million,
contract.
Ronbo. He's like getting 40 million, Ronbo. Like, what the hell? I ain't about to pay a quarterback 40 million.
Which is a lot of money.
Like, that is a lot of money. And he's like 27 right now or 26. No idea. But
And he's going to sign another
younger.
contract when this is over. Wherever he goes,
Yep,
if he can stay out, if he can stop with the massages.
And you know how every Niner fan was saying, oh, I'm so happy that Russell Wilson is gone and stuff. Honestly, I wasn't happy. I was like, what the hell? That goes to competition, because I'm a competitive guy, and
you know what?
Yeah, it sucks that he left, because
you wanted to see us kick his ass, right? I did too, but you know what? After he left, I had to get on the Hawks, man. Because remember how hard the Hawks fans were? They laughed at us as soon as Harbaugh left, and we could no longer compete with them on any level. Oh, they thought that was the funniest thing. Hey, them trophies ain't helping y'all now, huh? Yeah, I want to bring them trophies to the game. They probably do better. All that crap they were talking, right? So, I just wanted a shot to get at Wilson and the Hawks. Now, if we beat the Hawks now, it means nothing. Everybody's going to beat them.
Nah, I think, it might mean something because if Deshaun Watson goes over there, I want all the smoke, you know what I mean? So hopefully he does go over there. Like, what? I ain't scared of Deshaun Watson.
It's not going to help any. It's not going to help.
I mean, yeah.
Just not going to help.
Maybe
$40 million contract. They got rid of Wilson because he was eating up money. They're going to go get a $40 million a year contract? No, it's not going to happen. I don't know where he's going to end up, but it's going to be interesting to see who tries to get him and who's going to pay for it.
Yeah, the Eagles and the Steelers, or the or the Seahawks, because
Steelers
or the Panthers, or the Panthers. What's it called? And I don't think the Colts are gonna trade for him because they don't even got a first round. But I think Jimmy's gonna go to the Colts. To be honest,
I do too. I really do.
It really makes sense. If he goes over there or the Steelers. So yeah, and what's it called? About Tom Brady, honestly, like, I don't want him here, just retire. Stay retired, go take care of your kids, man. Like, what the hell? Like, it's been like, he's like a, Ron, do you hear me?
Retta, we did reboot. Of course we did. And we back though. And test it again. Testing one. Testing two. Are we back? Sound of my earphones is. Oh, now I hear myself. Can you hear me now, fam? Can you hear me? One. Brian Culp, you can hear me. Okay. Is Emilio? Emilio, you on the phone?
Yeah, I'm on here.
I can hear you too. All right, Emilio. Emilio, I hear the sound of
Yeah.
a very small person. Yeah.
Yeah, she's done
Didn't
feeding her.
look at Milo being a good dad. Let me know while you're taking care of the little baby. Milo, you go ahead and give. By the way, we congratulate you about that last week, I believe, because she's about what? How many
Yeah.
days old? Oh, a week.
She was born on the 16th, so she's almost a month.
All right, go Emilio. Well, Emilio, we're as you know, we're concerned about the combination. Well, some people are concerned. Some people have all the confidence in the world. Emilio, what is your feeling on our new tandem of Trey Lance and Sudfeld, and also some of the rumors you're hearing
I mean, to me, Sudfeld, who cares about Sudfeld? He's the backup. The backup doesn't matter. As of now, it's Trey's team. Unless something happens to Trey that he can't play, then we can have a problem to worry about. And then who cares? It's Sudfeld. It's the
So you say
backup.
don't be concerned with that
9 out of 10.
Okay, go ahead.
Yeah, until something really drastic, and they're saying, "Oh, it's either Trey's out for the season or Trey's out 5 to 6 weeks."
No, not an example. Don't
I'm
even say
just saying. I'm like, who cares? It's just we need a backup. Sudfeld is nobody. It's just $2
See,
million.
that's the thing, though. You may as well
normal
not
for a
have a
backup.
backup, Emilio. That's the thing. Yeah, you want to be able to get somebody in there. That if we're like week 14, 49ers have a 1-game lead over what's his name, and Nate Sudfeld's coming in now to see if he can finish up the season for the 49ers. Bob, what do you think the 49ers' chances are continuing at the same pace they've been going all season long with Nate Sudfeld? And then that's when all of us lay on the floor and drink the poison and take ourselves out. You know what I'm saying? So you cannot go into the season with somebody that's totally incompetent.
We'll put it to you like this. It's just like last year. Trey came in last year and beat the Texans, so maybe if Sudfeld plays a crappy team, we just need that win. Hey, we're good. So
if the timing's
what
right.
is the difference? I'm like, that's what I'm trying to figure out. Why is everybody worried about Sudfeld? Who cares? He's a backup. Doesn't matter who we get. I'm like, doesn't matter if we brought Nick Mullins back.
But
What does it matter? He's not gonna be the starter.
True, but you look at Bridgewater, some of the other guys that come in actually continue at least not to fall off too high of a level. Well, you know what? Like you're saying though, it's nothing to worry about yet. But when the back of your mind, you think about it. Because last year with Garoppolo and Lance, well, people want Lance to start anyway. So we got it. We got
what's
this.
the difference? So now Trey's the starter. So why does Sudfeld matter? That's just my whole thing. And the other thing about Bobby Wagner, hey, bring him. Why not? And we're always about depth on defense. No, our front, our front line is always stacked. So what's the difference having stacked linebackers? What's the difference? They say they'll figure it out. They can play him. All we need to do is get rid of Jimmy. Doesn't really honestly matter, and it's not going to matter until free agency anyways, because we're not going to be able to sign him.
His money's only going to go so far. People keep thinking Jimmy's salaries we can sign everybody. Why
not? Hey, the Rams figured it out. Why can't we figure it out? We're not that much.
They got a
better
different
than
cap. Yeah. That's going to take more than Jimmy's
I
salary.
guess. I mean, the cap just went up. The cap just went up anyways. It went up another $20 million. So what's the difference?
I heard
for a couple
we're
million more
$4 million
dollars
over right now. So we got to get that down by Wednesday. So, it's going to be interesting to see how they go about doing this anyway.
How was that possible when didn't we have like extra $7-10 million before the end of this season anyways already?
I guess those 1-year contracts.
How are we over the cap?
Well,
then it wouldn't matter, but I guess
$4 million.
I don't see how. Either way, they're gonna figure out. They already said, or supposedly, Bosa is gonna get a 5-year extension, $200 million, and Debo's gonna get $79 million or whatever, and he's getting for 4 years. So
that's the numbers out. The numbers already out there. I'm not seeing those yet. Okay.
But supposedly Bosa's supposed to get 150 or something like that, and Debo's supposed to get 79 for 4 years, so Bosa's 5 years supposedly. So I'm like, if they can afford that, why can't we afford anything else? Most of our contracts are going to be back-ended anyways, like they've been doing, and then get rid of them at the end if we can't afford them.
Yeah, that's just mostly because you've already spent that money. That money won't kick in until next year anyway, because both of them are still on contracts, right? So it's a future deal, kind of. Unless you're Kyler Murray and you insist on your money right now.
Oh, Kyler Murray, I don't know. I get why he's complaining, but his thing is just dumb too.
No stress. Emilio?
Yeah, I'm still here.
Good. Yeah.
Yeah.
We're having some kind of issue, but we're back again. See how long we can
Okay.
stay back.
Yeah.
But go ahead. Okay, so Bobby Wagner, we all, honestly, we'd all love to have him. We're just trying to figure out how the 49ers going to manage that. You know?
Why not? I mean, if you give him even if you give him a 2-year deal, they'll figure something out. I don't see why they couldn't figure it out. To me, it'd be
a
perfect for
one-year
him.
deal, and tell him that next year the salary cap goes up to another level where it will be easy to sign you for what you think you're worth. How old is Bobby Wagner?
I say give him. I think he's been in the league for 10 years, so he should be in his
30s.
Early 30s. He should be 32, 33, somewhere. He should be around there anyways.
Still playing at a high level, though.
Yeah, he's playing. Yeah. I don't know why it work. We don't need to change our defense. All he's gonna do is play next to Fred anyways. So what's the difference? He play what is
Who's your
he
Mike?
can do it. He can play middle linebacker.
Who's your Mike?
So,
Is it gonna be, you let Bobby be that, or you gonna let Fred be it?
Give it to Fred. Fred should still do it. He's the captain. Well, I wouldn't change it up at all.
Okay.
I mean, unless Fred gets hurt. The only other thing I see, Fred got hurt a couple games. You give it to Bobby. But other than that, no.
Give it to Bobby.
Fred is good. No, I still give it to Fred. No,
Okay,
Fred is,
what's so funny,
he's the one
because
coming on
now
the team.
you got Aziz and you got Dre. You can let one of those guys go because you still can't keep all these people. So, Road Dogg, I think he's already suggesting that. Yeah.
Yeah.
You let Dre Green. Both Dre and Bobby Aziz Al-Shar, boy, they can get banged up, boy, to the point they can't even walk.
To me, just stack it. If we're able to afford it, stack it like I said, stack like you do the defensive line. Why can't if we can afford it and we can stack them and got room for them? Why not stack it? Because you see our players always go hurt. So to me, I don't see why we cannot not stack linebackers like we do the line. So as they say, we're better on depth and rotation. The defense is mostly rotation players anyways.
Yeah.
So if we can afford rotation players and we put them all in, why not? That way we can really have we could have a top 5-3 decent defense with that in there.
If you just get rid of D Ford, if you got rid of D Ford and Jimmy, now you're talking a lot of money.
No, they said I could have sworn they said we were gonna get rid of. I don't know when, but I know they were talking about getting rid of Ford. I just know when it was just gonna be because I know they have to pay him injury money anyways. But I don't think it was that much of a money, so that's why they restructured his contract last year.
After June 1st.
I think that's what
I don't
it
know
is.
how he got that contract, but boy, D's got that contract worked out. Y'all can't do nothing with me, but pay me.
No,
That's all worked out.
Well, I think they did that because of last year. They were trying to figure something out, restructure his contract because of last year. So I think it was trying to do him a solid. Like, you know what, you've been on the team so much. Restructure my contract and I'll still get something. And
we hope you can play
so
for
just,
us.
When I get this year, I think it's a loss. I think they're gonna. I don't see why keep him on the team another year.
Wow,
it's just pointless. I think even if they just get rid of him. I know they didn't figure it out before because last year a lot of us were saying, "Oh, how are we gonna figure this out? We ain't got no money." And all of a sudden, we brought a whole bunch of players back. Why can't we do that now?
Yeah, 1-year contracts.
So
and you
either way, 1 year is not. They'll figure it out.
Because Kwaski's out there hanging in the wind. Whether they decide to keep him or not is the question. There's a whole lot of things that have to be contemplated between now and Wednesday. I don't know what I can't imagine this. This is going to be a mad rush. So we'll see.
I just know, to me, I just know we need a couple players. We need a corner and we need mostly a receiver, wide receiver somewhere maybe. We need that speed guy.
He wants to come here. Yeah.
Oh, we'll see what happens. But I just know my whole thing is maybe fix up, bulk up the offensive line because we might need that. I don't know what's going on if we lose Humiston, and then if we can bulk up our linebackers with Bobby, I'm good. Hey,
looks like they didn't start your time.
Maybe another pass rusher.
I agree. So we're going to start over. I mean, we're going to go. I'm going to see you Sunday, though. Hopefully we have everything worked out.
It's probably good, man.
Hey, you and the baby have a good night.
You have a good night.
All right, Phil.
You too. All right, thank you. All right.
And Road Dogg says, Wagner, 6 times first team, times 9 times Pro Bowl. He's worth it. Fred, healthiest linebacker we have. Greenlaw dealing with groin injuries. It would not leave him alone last year. Or give me Jones with Bosa. And also let Thomason go. We can find another guard. And
I'm
probably,
going to say hi.
yeah, you know what? I'm pretty sure they're going to
Right.
move Thomason. And Thomason's going to leave if he goes asking for too much. And they're actually going to put Aaron Banks over there. Boy, that's going to be two big dudes over there together. But I don't know how well Aaron's going to play next to Dre Greenlaw. We know what Thomason brings to the table. So we'll see. Ice, come on in, fam.
What up, Ronbo?
Hey, how you doing down there in Florida? You guys all moved in comfortably now, I guess.
Yeah, man, it's beautiful, man. We having a great time. It's beautiful, man. I'm sorry, really, to get you, man. I've been kind of busy, but I've been talking tonight to Mike though during the week.
I've been busy too. I couldn't get. I was out all week as well. So, but yeah.
How you
Go
doing,
ahead.
man?
They're doing great. Doing great. Yeah.
Hold on. Dina want to say hi.
Yeah.
Hi. Oh, and I know your real name.
No, you don't.
Yes, I do.
She knows my real name.
I don't
Is that
know,
what you
man.
said?
Yeah, man. I don't know what the hell you call us doing, man.
I'm curious as to what my real name is, though. But go ahead.
Me too, man. You know what, man? You know what? I've been able to watch all this crazy shit going on the past 2 weeks. First, let me touch on these last couple of callers. Stock driven, man. All right. For one, we not getting no high priced ass second string quarterback. That makes no damn sense. Why are you going to pay a high priced backup quarterback? It's dumb. It doesn't make no sense. If you get a Tyrod Taylor, if you get any goddamn body, Mariota, you want to pay these dudes $1 million, $5, $6, $7, $8 million to sit the bench?
Minimum.
I don't think so.
Yeah,
Minimum.
they're not going to work for less than that.
Stupid. Then no team's doing that anyway. There's no team in the NFL paying a backup more than $2 million. That's how it is. And then let's go down the line a little something. You know there's 9 backup quarterbacks in their history in the NFL that won Super Bowls. Terry Bradshaw was a backup. Jim Plunkett was a backup. Roger Staubach was a backup. Okay, so let's nip that shit in the bud real quick.
Don't forget
And
about
those guys,
did you mention Nick Foles?
Nick Foles too. So everybody look at Nick Foles. After he won the Super Bowl, he done nothing. So it doesn't matter the type of quarterback it is. It's what the system is about. That's why Nick Foles won the Super Bowl. That's why Terry Bradshaw won the Super Bowl. That's why Roger Staubach Super Bowl. That's why Doug Williams won the Super Bowl. You understand what I'm saying? So everybody wake up.
But actually, you do have to admit though, Staubach and Bradshaw, aren't they both in the Hall of Fame?
They're Hall of Fame guys, but those are just fortunate cases.
Yeah.
But if you go down the line with everybody else, you know what I'm saying, they were all backup quarterbacks.
Yeah.
Eventually they got. So you can never knock a guy who's going to back up. You don't know what you're going to happen. So let's leave that one part.
Yeah.
Number 2, we talking about our biggest problem on defense is what they're looking to do, and I'm going to tell you actually 2 things. They trying to get a slot corner. That's their biggest problem. There's nothing wrong with the defense across the board but the slot corners. Period. We get the slot corner taken care of, the defense will be solid. You got guys that want to. And the biggest part that we have in our favor, these guys want to come here. J.C. Jackson wants to come. Bobby Wagner wants to come. So when you got guys that want to come, that means they're willing to negotiate the money. So that works in our favor. You feel what I'm saying?
I've seen it happen.
It makes exactly. When you got guys that want to come here and they're free agents to come here as they please,
They make it possible to sign them. Yeah.
Exactly. So we don't have to really fight with them to sign them. They want to come.
Yeah, but J.C. Jackson, his complaint is that New England does not want to pay him what he believes he's worth. So he's
Right.
out.
Well, that'll be great. But you know what? The thing about the Patriots, they probably want to pay him the money that he wants, but he's probably looking for other compensation besides the money. And the Patriots never do that to any of their players. That's one thing about them. That's why they lose a lot of guys, because the coach is like, I don't care, I'll get somebody else. That's the way they're thinking. So we get him, we don't. On the Bobby Wagner situation, he said he wants to come to play next to Fred Warner. So I think he would take a minimal. I think he would take less money on that tip. You know, I
or
wouldn't.
incentive package. Look, I tell you what,
Yeah.
I will play for this amount. All you got to do is put a large amount of money in there, whether or not I make it to the Pro Bowl. And
Yeah,
y'all know I'm gonna make it to the
exactly.
Pro Bowl. So you know,
Exactly.
you gotta give me
You
some.
think about it because
Yeah.
he's on the back end of his career, so he wants to be with a contender on a regular basis. Anybody else that's going to try to sign him that got the paper, got the money to give to him, they're not contenders.
So he'll want to go to
Jets,
Kansas City.
Miami.
He
Right.
might want to go to
Yeah,
Oakland, or should I Vegas?
Vegas.
Tampa
Maybe
Bay is
not-
always there. There's about
Yeah.
4 or 5.
4 or 5 other contenders, but they're not even looking at linebackers. These guys are looking at quarterbacks.
But I know the thing is, I don't know that we don't need Bobby Wagner to continue.
I think we do. I'm going to tell you why I think we do. Not to cut you off, brother.
No, go ahead.
It's the fact that, number one, Greenlaw State's been getting hurt a lot lately for the past 2 seasons. We have to remember that.
That's true.
And he's on 1 year, and this is his last year on his contract. So I think we do need to have a safety net as far as that concerned, but then again, you never know. A lot of guys, when they made it in their last year contract, all of a sudden they're not hurt no more, and the next you know they're playing through, their injuries.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? So, and he might play out as during the season, then he's going to look for the money for next year. So that's kind of like a double-edged sword on that level. You know what I'm saying? But our biggest concern today is the slot. We need a nickelback. We need a nickelback. That's the bottom line at the end of the day.
Yeah, because
Even
K1
if-
maybe
Right.
might be up.
Yeah. Yeah, even if it's a second-tier guy, you know what I'm saying, second-tier nickelback, but we need something more solid at the nickelback. Even if we could get a nickelback that can go into a rotation on the nickelback side. So if we could do that, then we would be good. Even if we don't get a big name guy, we still need a guy that we can slide in that nickelback rotation. You know what I'm saying? If we can get a solid guy, he might not be super top tier, but he's somebody that can do a good job.
All right, so you got any names? You got any names?
Not off my head, not really. I mean, I would have to look up and see, but I mean, if we can get a slot guy that can fit into a rotation, which they might try to do, that would be the worst case scenario. I think they could try to do if they can't get the guy that they want, maybe go for the draft.
Maybe draft.
Right.
It'll take a year of seasoning. In the meantime, you're going to see Dante Johnson in that slot. I don't think they're going to re-sign.
Johnson's going to get the slot.
But
I don't think so.
I don't see them actually picking
think
up K'Wan Williams. I think, K'Wan got torched in the NFC Championship game. I think they may think he lost a step. And he gets injured every year about the same time, stays out for long periods of time.
But you know what? 2 more things I know we don't short lease. You know what, though? I think what they might do, because they work in the they're always quiet. They never talk about it. They never show their hand. I think they're going to pull a fast.
And
I think
bring in the honey badger. Yeah, I know.
I'm telling you, they're going to bring in the fast kid out the draft. That kid from out of Cincinnati, man, I think they're going to pull up one of the few quarterbacks out of the draft, because now there's a lot of free agents out there, and I don't think a lot of these cats are going to go into the draft drafting quarterbacks and shit like that, because there's so many top-tier quarterbacks that's, on the free land.
Well, Ice, before we're going to run out of time, is a honey badger on your list of people to bring in?
Yes.
All right. And he always did want to be a 49er, even from the draft.
Exactly.
But anyway.
Exactly. And I'm going to tell y'all something, man. Stop tripping about Trey Lance. You didn't hear what DJ Jones said when they had him he's on YouTube? He said, y'all better stop tripping, man. This Trey Lance dude's going to be a dog.
No, that wasn't him. That was Arden Key.
Right,
but listen,
Arden Key.
I doubt anybody's really seriously worried about Trey. I think most people are concerned about it. If he gets hurt, what do we do? A lot of people are not concerned about
that. Kid, listen, man, that dude's a stud, man. That kid is 6'2", and he's getting bigger. He ain't even stopped growing yet, man. You gotta remember, he's 21. He ain't stopped growing yet.
He got hurt twice before. Okay. Anyway, we don't need to. You know what? Hopefully, you're absolutely right, and we don't wish nothing bad on Trey. He's got to last the whole season now.
Yeah, man.
We ain't got nobody to back him up.
Ronbo Sports, like him, love him, subscribe, hit him up. Everybody else, make sure you check out my man Niner Mike. He's the bomb. He be on the Twitter cast. Check out the Iceman. We out here. We doing our thing in Florida. Cali, the whole nine. Get it up. Much love, night again. Out, Ronbo. Love you, Blair.
Back at you, fam. Night, Nina.
All
Y'all
right.
have a great night. See you Sunday.
All right, dog.
All right.
Yes, sir.
There he goes. Ice. Hey, George.
Ronbo.
George. George, as you know, we're sitting here. I think a lot of us thought the 49ers would go get somebody to play back up. But all of us knew Sudfeld was in the back of everybody's mind. We heard that they had cut Sudfeld, a few weeks ago. And all of a sudden, they didn't. And then they said, Nate, come on back in. You're the guy. What? Yeah, you're going to back Trey up this year.
Yeah. But, I mean, obviously people want all-stars on our team, but
Always.
all-stars, cost money, man. So getting Sudfeld back in here, obviously he was better than, Mullins and Beathard, right?
Not only
they're
him.
trying to give him...
What's the guy that left us? He was competing with at the last. What's the guy from the
Rosen?
Josh. He beat Josh out.
Yeah, Rosen. We all wanted for him, but obviously the Niners saw the same thing that other teams saw, where he's a little cocky for himself. If he would have been humble and everything, he would have been he would have been here. He would have been here because he didn't do bad during our preseason. But this goes to show you that they might draft someone, Ronbo. They might have their eye on someone, hoping that he falls far back, and if he does, we're going to pull the trigger.
Yeah, I still think the 49ers, because they do this every year. They draft somebody every year. It's nothing unusual. But they usually wait till really late, or they get a UDFA. You think they're going to draft one, though, this year?
Yeah, what was it? I think it was, I don't know if it was last season or the season before that. We drafted one guy, started with an R, his last name Riddick or something like that. Some sort of, but we drafted him. He was like a 6'6" guy. He tried to stay in there, but
didn't he go to school right down the road from Santa Clara?
So I can't remember his full details, Ronbo, but I remember they did draft this guy, and I was cheering for him. But obviously the competition and the way they went and they chose, they said, he's not good enough. So in the end, it's like we got to trust the process, right? We're not there. We're not hired by the Niners, so we got to trust them, on what they do. So, but I do.
No, that's true. That's true. And Kyle must have a plan. It's like you never know what the 49ers are going to do completely. The game is not done yet. Let's see what they do next.
Yeah. And obviously, between Wagner and Chandler Jones, I would want Chandler Jones because obviously, you got that strength in the front.
Yes.
We're going to be must-watch TV just like the Chargers are.
Yes, because Nick only needs... Because remember when in the beginning when Nick and D were on the same side, boy, they did each other both good. So if we could get somebody next to Nick like Chandler Jones, game over.
Yeah, but I wouldn't mind Wagner because he obviously recognizes good game, and he has always recognized Fred Warner as a top elite player. So that would be pretty dope too. But we got to see what money-wise, both of them. We got to see money-wise, see what's best for the team. But, man, Wagner I would like because, man, if he can step up and beat Seattle, we all been wanting that.
George, you know how hard he plays? He's like just like Sherm. You know how hard they would play against Seattle. People leave Seattle pissed. That's why Wagner. He said, okay, you guys just call me up all of a sudden and tell me I'm laid off. Fine. I'm going to San Francisco. Yeah. You ain't seen the last of me.
After 10 years, I didn't hear from the actual organization. Yes, I got paid back. So why not? When you got someone with that drive, he's going to pay back Seattle, but then he's going to try to pay back every other team too. So that'd be great.
Why the Hawks run their organization the way they do and they draft poorly? It's just really a weird organization. How they beat us all those years being a flimsy organization like they are is very strange. So,
yeah, and one thing too is obviously today with the Deshaun Watson. I do feel that hurts us just a bit because now he's the favorite QB to be traded. Now, I was on Twitter all day, and by the way, you liked one of my posts that I told you about the AFC West. AFC West.
People are
you like one of my posts.
That. I agree, but come on, AFC West is the balance of power has shifted. That's it. There's not one.
But wait until they play us, Ronbo.
Well, yeah, we better.
But wait until they play us. We play all of them. So I told you, hopefully we go 4-0.
Do we play? Are they all on our schedule this year?
Yeah, the AFC West. I believe so. Yeah, we played the Chiefs because
you're right.
My lady's family is all Chiefs fans,
right.
And we play them in Santa Clara. We play the Chargers up in Santa Clara.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so
you're right. If you play one, you play them all in the West. I mean, in the division. Oh, that's gonna be fun to see. Okay.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I mean, we still have to face Russell Wilson.
I still haven't got into the schedule yet. Well, not only Wilson, Mahomes, Herbert, and now Russie's nasty butt again.
Yeah.
We're going to win it. We're going to sweep.
Bring it on. Bring it on.
Yes. We sweep through the AFC West.
We ready, man. We ready. We ready.
Oh,
with the core team we have, we ready, man.
Mm-hmm.
Bring it on. But one thing I wanted to say about the Deshaun case is people were trying to say, oh, yeah, bring them to the Niners, bring them to the Niners. I'd rather have Brady to the Niners than Watson. But the thing about the Watson case, Ronbo, if I'm correct, if another woman were to come out and try to press charges on him or something, they can be back at square one. And because it's a new person coming in, and I believe those witnesses they had, they can use them again in that case, if I'm correct, depending on the state. But I believe that if a new case comes up, then they can use the same witnesses they had before and try to make a case out of it. So, people are saying, oh, trade for him, but he's going to come with baggage. Wherever he goes, he's going to go with baggage.
Okay, but you're going to have to gut the roster. I don't know how much 49 fans understand. You're not going to keep the same roster if you bring Deshaun. Just know that. And then they're going to ask for people like Debo. They're going to ask for Nick. They're going to ask for Fred, George. You're not going to keep all of them. So, and then you got to pay Deshaun $40 million. That contract has got what? Well, it's got 2 years. No. Hey, I don't know how that contract works. He hasn't played. No, they paid him those years he wasn't playing, huh? Oh, Deshaun got $40 million sitting around, probably going to more massage places and still getting paid.
That's what I said on Twitter, man. I was like, some guy's like, man, he's like, I'll give all this money for him and my B, And I was like, man, your B better be giving massages because he's going to want some of that too. So.
Oh, man. $40 million a year. And he's got a couple of years knocked off it. So he's still on for at least 2 more years at that price. At least 2 more. So,
yeah. But on the Bobby Wagner side, if we were to bring him in, people were saying, okay, we got what's his name, Greenlaw, we got
Alshar.
Fowles now, Alshire. Yeah. The thing about it is, if you do bring Wagner, you must trade Greenlaw, or Alshire. Now, if you do that, you're going to do that because Greenlaw's also going to want a bag whenever his contract's up. So might as well trade him now. And people always say, oh, you draft to have great players on your staff, but these are businesses. You also draft to try to trade later on. Right. Not always is it a draftee to make sure he stays on the team. So some of these players are going to go. We're not going to like it because we're fans, but that's the way it is.
It's going to happen to every team. George, good stuff again. I'll see you Sunday.
For sure, Ronbo. Thank you once again taking my call. And sorry you had that whole delay and everything, man.
Yeah, that was really crazy.
All right.
But thanks, George. All right. Night,
well, thank you so much.
Appreciate it. Thank you, Bert. Yeah. That's what they tell me to do. It's only my third night here, so I'll be back here. Right on that.
Casey, we're all up in your business, man. It's always
So
fun.
what's that, Ronbo?
Casey, yeah, we know you're going to be somewhere for the next 3 nights. Well, Casey, I always knew you were on the lam, so I'm not surprised. Anyway.
No, I just started driving cabs, Ronbo. This is my third night.
Really? All right. How's that going?
Yeah. It's fun, man. It's kind of wild.
Yeah,
I'm out here in Reno.
In Reno, that's right. Last time you said that, I didn't know if you were kidding me or not.
Yeah.
So you could just get off whenever you finish and run right on to the casinos. Casinos are like Disneyland to me because the way they set them up, they make them look so glorious. You walk in, you walk like you walk into a fantasy land. You go in and fame and fortune is there. Well, at least fortune. And it's also there to be lost, but still, the excitement is unreal. I've never gotten sleepy in a casino but once, staying up all night, and I don't remember ever feeling sleepy. I kept accusing them of pumping things into the air. I think it's on adrenaline high. Love that stuff. But, Casey, you got Nate Sudfeld and Trey Lance as your 1-2 people this year. And
yeah.
Bobby Wagner
I saw you called him Nick on the title tonight.
Yeah, I think I did. I'm still not sure what his name is. Is it Nate? It's Nate Sudfeld, right?
Well, Ronbo, like I always say, just don't call me late for dinner.
Yeah. Anyway, there's your combo to start the season. Some of us think that the 49ers are not through, and they're probably still, in the meantime, they need to find somebody to play that position. But Kyle likes Nate a lot. So that may not be anything. It might be exactly what it is. They're going to stay with that plan. He doesn't joke around when it comes to quarterbacks anyway. If Kyle likes a guy like that, we watched C.J. Beathard. Remember, everybody said, why is Kyle still carrying C.J.? Well, it's Kyle develops relationships with the quarterbacks. That's what's going to happen.
Yeah, they got Sudfeld on a $2 million deal.
And you're not going to be able to do that with everybody.
They got what? Oh. And they got him on $2 million from the $250K last year. So.
What? Ain't that a jump? My God, you got to move right out of your house right away. Guess I can let this shack go, and go get into more of your salary level. Oh, you don't know how long you're going to play that position, but still.
Yeah. So good for Sudfeld.
Mm-hmm. And he's good for. But, Casey, he's good for. I just realized he's good for Trey too. Trey needs some familiarity. He's surrounded by a bunch of people he doesn't know about right now, other than Kyle. Right? You got Greasy coming in. I believe there's a couple other names that are coming in, and and there's Trey. Yeah, glad to meet you. All right, let's go to work. Trey says, "Who is this dude?" So it's gonna be interesting. But if you got Sudfeld there, at least I'm feeling comfortable with him, right?
Yeah, well, they'll probably bring in a veteran too. It's not just gonna be him and Trey. But
I don't know if they have any more money.
But Ronbo, the reason I'm calling in tonight is because I've accomplished one of my life goals.
Which is?
I've told you, I have 2 life goals, and the first one is to outlive the Queen of England, and the second one is. Hold on 1 second, Ronbo. I got an ambulance pulling up behind me.
I thought you were getting pulled over. I was gonna say, don't turn off the phone. We want to hear this.
No. But
so, could you please give me your
my second life goal is
slowly.
my second goal is to outlive the tenure of Russell Wilson on the Seahawks. So.
Hey, you've done it. He's out of there.
Yeah, I'm ecstatic, Ronbo.
God.
I haven't had as big of a smile on my face since Malcolm Butler in the Super Bowl.
I tell you, and guys like Joseph Smiley, Tommy Testosterone, and the gang, I guess we're done with them.
Yeah, man, they lost Bobby Wagner, and man,
it's full blown rebuild.
What a week, man!
It is full blown. And anybody thinks they're gonna give those 2 draft picks to Texans and have Deshaun Watson come on over to Seattle. Well, that's gonna be fun to see that. I want to see that drama unfold. You know what? They got rid of Russell Wilson because he was taking up too much of the cap. You can bring in $40 million? Okay, go ahead. Good. Surround him with no offensive line and nobody but DK Metcalf and Tyler Lockett. Let's see what go ahead.
Yeah. Well, and you know what I think is really fun is that now we get at least another win next year, right? Like, I mean, they trade Russ, and that we've gone from 9 and 8 to at least 10 and 7, right?
There you go. And we got to do the playoffs this year with 10 and 7, so
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah, man, I'm out here driving cabs. I actually just took a guy over here to the freaking cannabis club over here.
I bet you guys had a lot of conversations. You know, when I get off, I could shut down right now and join you.
No. Yeah, man, I'm just out here doing a little different kind of move right now, but you know, it's good for me here. So.
All right. Well, as long as you're feeling comfortable and happy, that's all that matters, Casey. You know what I'm saying? And you know what? The adventures are going to be, I mean, you're going to, after a while, about 2 or 3 months from now, you're going to have some stories to tell, you know, because I've known people who do this, and some of them are exciting stories.
This has been a pretty wild week so far.
Anyway, Casey. Okay, and we got a few guys we re-signed also. You got Hurst back and Givens. And Nicholas Flanagan Foles is back, if for no other reason but his great name. And I believe some of the one-year contracts are going to do run that same play as they ran last year. So there's some other guys. You're going to look and see what we're going to do with Kowalski T. Are you wanting to bring Kowalski T back?
Absolutely. I love Kowalski, man. I think he's great for the team. And I'd sure like to see the missed interception, you know, just be a good opportunity for a good comeback story.
Yeah.
And maybe
be the reason we win the next one.
That game-winning interception, man.
How about K1 Williams?
You know. Oh, I love K1, man. Yeah, K1's probably one of the most underrated corners in the league, right?
Yeah, that's been the case for years.
And I mean, he had a good.
No.
But you know what? I like that. I like his mentality. The bounce back in the versus the Packers. You know.
Yeah, he's a baller. He always was. He was always my favorite nickelback in the league. The dude is just K1 never got beat. That's why I used to like when you take Tyler Lockett out of a game. He would also take Cooper Kupp out of a game. But I think he was hurt this year. I really do. I don't care how good Cooper Kupp has become. He never treated K1 like that, ever. So. We'll see.
Yeah.
Anyway, Casey, I'll let you get back to work. I'm going to tell you what, I'll look for you Sunday.
Right on, Ronbo. Yeah, man. Can't wait.
All right, man.
Tired of these 5-day hiatuses.
I know. I think I got to miss one more day, and then I'm done. So, all right.
That's all good, man. It's a slow-off season, right?
Yeah, it is. All right. All right, Casey.
All right, bud. Take care. Appreciate
you too, fam. All right. Hey, yo, Ellis.
What's up, family?
Yeah, listen, man. We're sitting around here tripping because it's like off-season time. We watch all the different antics and dramas unfold and people lying. The media just starts running antics. 90% of what you're hearing from the media has nothing to do with the truth, right? But you know, it's so. When you hear it, it's so appealing that you want to buy into it and start examining it. And so, you know, the thing is, Nate Sudfeld and Trey Lance are going to
sounds like politics to me.
I know it always is. And then you got Bobby Wagner talking about, yeah, I'd love to come to San Francisco work with Fred Warner. And that's going to get juices flowing right there, right? And we just signed a few people to one-year contracts. Your feeling on all these things?
Shit, how much money does Bob want?
You see, that's what was my first question, because I already know he can play. I don't need to ask about that. But
shit, him and Fred are like, they damn near the same.
Maybe
the same level up the same pay grade. You
maybe
know what
$1 million difference. Hey, do you remember how much Fred's getting?
Shit, more than a little bit.
Isn't he around
a
20?
whole lot more than a little bit. Yeah, close to it. Close to it. If not, that's what I don't know. I think it was 100 and. Oh man, I don't know. I don't want to say because I can't remember between him and between George's numbers, Trent's numbers, and his numbers. I done lost count.
Ooh, that's a
whole lot of money going between those
that's
three
a lot of
gentlemen
money.
right there.
Yeah, and you ain't paid
And we ain't
Nick
even got to
and Debo
yet.
Yeah.
And Nick and Debo, exactamundo. It would be nice. I don't think it would happen if it was a 1 year. If it was a 1 year rental type situation, that might be possible. I don't even know how the hell you even do that to such a great player. I think it's just something to talk about. I'm not opposed to it though. I'll tell you that.
Oh yeah, we'd
not
all love to
opposed
have.
it.
Who would not want Bobby Wagner? But my God, between him and three other people, that's over half. That's damn near half the cap. Ellis, did we fall offline again? I got that silence in my headphones again. Ellis, no, I hear that. I'm okay. Ellis, did you fall off? There he is. Ellis, we lost you for a moment.
I'm here.
Okay.
No, yeah, I'm here.
Go ahead,
We
continue.
signed Flanagan Foles. Yeah, no, I was saying we saw the Flanagan Foles thing.
Mm-hmm.
So I mean, if we get him, if we're not going to go Aziz or we're still working on Aziz, chances are we're not going to get. We won't get
Bobby.
Bobby, Wagner. As far as the other re-signs, I was a little surprised with the Jermichael thing. Jermichael Hasty hasn't played enough damn football. He keeps getting injured, man. It's like, if the wind blows a certain direction, you know what I mean, he's hurt, and
he's going to.
It just hasn't been enough.
Practice squad.
Yeah. I'm guessing that's what it's going to be. Hello, I'm okay. Thank you. Okay, thank you so much. I appreciate it.
I didn't know you were here. I must have been on break.
Don't worry about it. I'm going to take off, but thank you so much for your help. I appreciate it. Thank you. Have a good night. Yeah, they just messed up my food, Ronbo. So I went over there, and I had to set some people straight. You can't play with a man and his food. You know what I mean?
I mean,
so, but anyway, before closing out, Ronbo, I think that the Nate Sudfeld thing was kind of wasn't unexpected. I'll say because we need to have somebody that's decent, and we've always had that issue where the second and third stringers haven't really put up the kind of a fight that we needed. You know what I mean? Even though we had flashes with Nick, and we had even CJ was our starter for a while. They both had to get their time to actually start. Well, we just couldn't get enough out of them. So I'm hoping that Nate Sudfeld gives us some kind of cushion. We still need another one. Kyle likes 3 quarterbacks.
Mm-hmm.
I heard something about us getting a second rounder or Jimmy being offered a second rounder for Jimmy. I don't know why they didn't jump on that while they had the opportunity. Maybe they're still trying to squeeze out a first. I think that's
who's behind that? What was you said you heard a second rounder?
I didn't see the team, but I saw that was something that we had been offered. Maybe it's just a lot of
That's the best you're going to be able to get.
Exactly.
I think it's going to be Indy because Indy doesn't have a first round pick. But I think with what they did with Carson Wentz, I think they're checking on Jimmy now probably. Because Jimmy brings everything to the table that Carson Wentz pissed him off with.
Yeah.
Something's wrong with him. Philly couldn't wait to get rid of him. They were willing to take a hit that year. And Indy, the owner just said, no matter what, he's out of here. What do you do to make owners hate you like that? My God.
Well, sometimes you need a fall guy. And I don't know how
Maybe
difficult Carson is.
Could be. Yeah.
Yeah, and that could have just, Carson just kind of got, they need a fall guy, and Carson was the one. Yeah. I'm thinking that Philly's probably going to try to scoop Deshaun. But it's good to see that he, got off, with that little situation. I'm thinking Philly's going to do that. They got a couple of first round draft picks this year, so
trade him, backup.
Yeah, I think so. I think they might figure that would probably be better. That way they can have some action, some real action going. I don't know though. It could be counterproductive because if you get a better line and just get another year in that system with that new coach, You know, they might actually do, you know, pretty good. But if they're looking for something right now and they're willing to, you know, to put it all on the line, then, you know, give up those first round picks you guys got, throw a nice little package together. Since I heard, you know, about the talks of them being kind of in the fold anyway, and you know, go ahead and snatch Deshaun. But you know, we'll see what happens. You know what I mean?
There you go.
You're not going to really know. It's going to be a whole lot of this and that going on in the interim.
Yeah, because the media's got to have things to do. They've got to get our attention. You know, so they got to say and do things that are going to get kick things off. So yeah, I'm looking forward to the next few days to see what's going to happen next. 'Cause Wednesday, you know, the season officially begins, so you need to get under the cap too. That's what's going to be really interesting.
Yeah. You see a lot of guys are getting signed, you know, extended. Max Crosby just got a nice little extension. You know, they got a couple of different things going on. You know what I mean? So I'm anxious to see who we end up giving a. You know, I know we I don't know if they're going to do Nick this year. I don't know if we can afford to do both. You know, and John said something about
right away. But.
Yeah, but John was saying something about we kind of set it up to where if we need to keep Jimmy, that we have, you know, some funds designated for that. And I'm just like, John, you know, I know you mean well, but stop talking so much, because you know damn well we don't have the money to hold Jimmy, pay Debo, pay Nick, and retain all these other guys. And it doesn't look like we're going to keep Arden Key. I saw the Maurice Hurst thing, which I like Maurice Hurst.
I don't. I'd rather keep Arden Key if I had the choice between the two. Hurst had a calf injury that lasted 17 weeks. Really?
Yeah, that was something else. You know what that was? Close to Achilles. That was a Richard Sherman kind of situation. Remember when Richard Sherman got injured and he was out for 9-10 games in the middle of the damn year? He did that. He just did that last year to the Buccaneers. Sherman knows how to get the bag, man. Jesus.
That's not going to work a third time, though. That's it for sure. You know, ain't no way in hell. If I'm an owner, Richard Sherman wants to sign with us. What? Who? No, wait. Did you say Sherman? Don't you bring that name up again? You're fired. I could see it.
Exactly. That's why he's doing the podcast now.
Yeah.
He's trying to get. He's trying to get that bag.
Well, he's retired, Sherm. Your body's done. Just stop.
Yeah.
You had a great. You don't want to go out looking bad. Just go out now. You know, while everybody's still got respect for you, because now he gets the excuse of his calf or whatever's wrong with him. But you keep playing, people are going to notice. Sherm lost a step. It's done. So.
Yeah,
anyway. And
he's going to have to be forced to play safety and have no other damn choice if he comes back to the league. Ain't no more corner play for you, bro. Just kick it in the. You know, out there in the you know, in the third level, man, and try to see what you can do. I mean, he could very well, you know, reignite some things if he chooses to really do that, but not playing corner, Sherm.
Yeah, and he wanted to play. He said he wanted to play corner if he stayed with the 49ers anyway. Else we got to go, though. I'll tell you what, I'll be looking for you Sunday if you got some time. I always appreciate you because you always seem to have time.
Man, I'm thankful that I did. You know, I'm over here running around, but hopefully my kids will be here, man. We'll be able to holler at you.
Yeah.
You know, it's been a rough week. We've been waiting for you to kick it back off, man. I'm so glad you got your stuff situated.
Thanks. I just got a couple more things to do, and it'll be freedom from here to the draft. Yes, free agency too.
Yes,
actually,
peace and love.
One next week. All right, Phil. Have a good night, Ellis.
Yeah, peace and love, brother Ronbo. Yeah, good
Thanks,
night, fam, and thank you for the platform as always, man. Make sure y'all hit the like and subscribe. Shout out to all the faithful, man. All of the outsiders, man. Wipe your feet. And, you know, brush your teeth.
It's a pleasure.
Go on, man.
All right. Get best in the squad, too. All right. Yeah. Oh, it's Bryant. Come on in, Bryant.
Hey, Ronbo. How are you tonight?
Bryant, good, man. You know, I'm kind of well-rested. You know, actually not really. I've been working my butt off, but still. It's good. You know, because... talking football is like the most relaxing thing I could do. I love talking football, right? So, yeah, it's great to be back. How you doing?
Well, I'm definitely glad you're back, too, because I definitely like the Wednesday show. You know, I like every one of your shows that come in. You know, you're my top YouTube guy.
Thanks, Brian. That's it.
But, hey.
I know you watch a lot of shows. Thanks so much.
Hey, did you get to see that? I sent you on Twitter. Did you get to see I got on that one show? I want to shout everybody's name. Check your Twitter because I shoot you direct messages sometimes.
I see notifications on my phone, and I always plan on getting back to it. As I said, I've been busting ass trying to get done with some things that I've lied about for the last year and a half. and I got taken to task here. Toward the end of the season, I knew I was going to get it. I just didn't know it was going to. Normally I get, hey, remember you said, well, okay. I didn't know I was going to really get, I think I was going to be brought up on charges. But, we're okay now. But yeah, so I'm gonna check all your messages out. Is it still there? I'm still on Twitter. I'll go check it. I haven't got back to my messages.
I usually direct message you. I don't post, directly to Twitter. I don't have a bunch of followers. I got like you and maybe my wife. I don't have a lot of followers.
I feel like I'm in a high. That's great company. All right.
Right. So hey, I just wanted to call in because I always like talking Niners, but I just wanted to bring up a couple points. I love everybody's opinion and everybody has a valid point, but hey, if we can bring in Sherman next year or this season, this season we do it. Yeah, just bring him in. Richard Sherman, bring him in. He's better than Dante Johnson. He's better than some of the stuff that we had.
If you make that comparison, Brian, how long do you think we'd have him? I just don't know how long he lasts. Sherman seems to get hurt
even
right
if
away.
he comes in for a year. Even if he comes in for a year, and even if he's hurt, he's a coach on the sideline. I think sign him for a small fee and go try to win a championship because he does coach up a lot of people. He does show them their technique,
for teaching
and one day he will be a coach in the league. That's my opinion.
You think so? Because I don't think Sherman he loves football. I think you're right. He may be sticking around.
But and then bringing Bobby Wagner and stuff like that, that'd be great if we could do that. But I think Bobby Wagner and Von Miller are going to the Broncos.
Oh. The Broncos still do have much money to spend, don't they?
And I don't understand why people say we don't have any money. I mean, I know there's numbers, and they mean something. But look at the Rams. Do numbers mean anything to the Rams?
No. This is what I've always been
so if we want
complaining
to sign somebody,
Big Show and I were talking about that today or yesterday. Yeah. Money doesn't mean anything.
So I'm thinking, Bosa and Debo, they're probably our best players, but they don't have to be signed right away. And if we do sign them, we can sign them next year, and one of them could be franchise tagged.
Well, the thing is, like you're saying, though, even if you come up with a deal, it doesn't have to kick in. They're still under contract. They don't need to leave if they don't get their money this year. It kicks in next year, like Mahomes with his $1 billion contract that kicked in last year, which is funny.
And every year, as long as the pandemic doesn't come back, right? Every year from now on, the cap should be going up and up.
Knock on wood. No more pandemic, please. I don't ever want to go through another one of these. Oh. But anyway.
So I'm thinking, I think there's definitely money around there to maneuver. And honestly, we all have opinions and stuff, and I'm not blasting anyone here, but we don't know exactly what their numbers are inside the facility. We don't know who they're thinking about shaving, who they're thinking about, who's telling the team, hey, I just want to be here and I want to restructure my contract. I'll play for nothing. The bare minimum. Nobody wants to pay for nothing. But you know what I mean? Like when you are on a Super Bowl team that has a chance to win it all, or you want to keep that core together. And I think a lot of the guys are going to try to stay together, even if that means they got to take a little bit less money. Because when you start going to other teams, you want to go to another team so you make more money. And then exactly, you're starting over. So for me, I think a lot of this team is going to stay together. And as long as they don't run Trey into the ground and they let him just sit back there, and if we get Mostert back, that'll help Trey out a whole lot. If they let Trey just, he's not Jimmy Garoppolo, so the offense is going to change. It's definitely going to open up. The deep ball is going to happen. But somebody said earlier today, too, we won't have any more 10-minute drives. And if that's the case, then they're really, really changing the offense. What I understand is the Niners are built to run, and for us to go all out, deep balls down the field, we gotta change our scheme.
Yeah, no, well, Kyle Shanahan doesn't have a bunch of different offenses. Now the thing is, Kyle Shanahan. The Shanahans run the ball, so that doesn't. We still may have long drives. That's the essence of beating another team up. Wear them out. I don't know why people think Trey's all he's going to do is launch missiles all game long. That's not going to happen. We still don't have that kind of wide receiver room. The kind of receivers we have are designed to do what they do. That's why Kyle and John went and got them. They're the guys that make things happen as soon as they get the ball in their hands. So we're not going to have them running deep routes all day. That's not what they're best at. You let them get the ball, and you let them take a team apart. I know people want to blame Jimmy for that, but the offense is designed to run as it does, like it does. Now, if we start getting things, other receivers with speed and the guys like, who's that guy over in Minnesota? You start getting that kind of receiver, okay, now you start shooting deep shots down the sideline. You start going deep downfield. Just let that thing fly like a rocket and let that guy run underneath it. But
then at that point, it puts stress on your defense. And the way our defense and the way our offense are designed, we're designed to control the clock.
Yeah.
So for us to just start throwing deep shots, I mean, I see it happening maybe in the beginning of the game, maybe after, right before halftime or something like that, yeah.
You got to
set the
opposing defense up. Yeah.
I just want the one thing, because I like Jimmy, but I like Trey too. When I went to the Packer game, I was screaming for Trey to get in, and he went in and scored a touchdown. And at that point, I was like, hey, we might have a shot to win this game. But Trey Lance, if they make him do a bunch of quarterback scrambles and stuff like that, he'll get hurt.
He'll get hurt.
He's going to be out of the league super quick.
Yeah, he's not there. Yeah, Kyle didn't intend for that.
I'm hoping Kyle had learned from RG3 and some of his other quarterbacks like that, and not, a quarterback's a quarterback. He's not the running back. He has the option to run, but the first option is the pass. And that should be in the back of his head, is to throw the ball or get it to one of your playmakers and let them make the plays. You shouldn't have to make the play. And you're the last option. So I'm just really excited for the season.
You can take off and extend the play or something like that. But as far as design runs, Kyle's not going to do that. That's why he's wanted pocket quarterbacks ever since he left Washington. It's not what he wants to do. He wants that quarterback to have the ability, but he doesn't want him doing it unless, I tell you to run.
The games that they played, this year with Trey, and I think it was against Arizona, and he just ran him. That really didn't. I don't understand that. That wasn't the right play call for Trey.
There was a film breakdown on that, Brian. Trey wasn't supposed to be running all those plays. Windows opened and closed on him. He wasn't quite adept yet to how to run the offense. Windows open and close like that in Shannon's offense, that's the essence of his offense. And that's why you don't see deep routes all that time. That window's going to open and close. It's going to leave the defense limp if the play is made correctly. And then, of course, the playmaker is going to be able to run for long yards like you've already seen happen a lot of times. Now, Trey's going to learn that, and he's going to become better at it. But he needed more time to develop that skill set, which is hopefully where he is now. And the way they're talking, it sounds like he has arrived to that point. When that happens, now he can go downfield because teams don't know what the hell to do.
And I think a lot of people don't realize he got injured in preseason. Then he got injured in that game, too. I believe it was that game because he first chipped his middle finger, and then he injured his knee. And that's why Jimmy came back to start. Because if he wouldn't have injured his knee, I think he would have kept on as a starter. Just
Against
because I think they're just ready to move off from Jimmy at that point. But then he injured his knee, so then they went ahead and went back to Jimmy. But for them to have Nate Sudfeld as the backup quarterback and guarantee him $2 million, oh my gosh, he better be good.
Yeah, we're going to see. Well, Brian, we ran out of time. I tell you what, I'll be looking for you Sunday if you got some time. I'll check out those tweets.
I'll be looking for you. Right. Yeah, even if I don't call in, I'm always watching the show, either the back views or something. But yeah, you're number one, Ronbo. You just keep doing what you're doing, and I appreciate it. Thank you.
Thanks, Brian. Good night.
Everybody stay faithful. Good night.
Night.
Always. Good night.
Did we? We did this already. Okay. Okay. Remember it. No, forget about it. It's Natter, Mike. Come on in, Mike.
Sure. What's going on, Ronbo?
I just sit here watching
all
things.
About it. Yeah. What's going on, Ronbo? How the hell are you, Ronbo?
Oh, great, man. I got all my chores knocked out, most of them. The ones I've been lying about forever, and I'm getting them done. Feeling pretty good right about it now.
Yeah.
And watching the league do what it's doing.
That's right. Sounds good, Ronbo. Sounds good. I was a little surprised you were so quiet all week, given all the news and everything, knowing that, little Russell Wilson isn't part of the NFC West. But
no, remember, I told you I was going to have to be out.
I want to give a shout out. I want to give a shout out, Ronbo, first to my boy Niner Joe, man. That guy, listen, I met some great guys out there lately. Trey out there, too, some great guys. And also, I got a little message here from you, Ronbo, from an old friend of ours, Dollar Bill Will. He told me to tell you, all right, that he told you Jimmy's bum ass would be gone. That's what he told me to tell you, all right?
Well, tell him I said thank you.
I don't know. I don't think he
Tell
can
him I said
call in
thank you
anymore,
for the information.
There you go. All right, I'll be sure to let him know, Ronbo. But anyway, how the hell are you, Ronbo? How you doing over there? You still sucking down on the Jimmy mug over there? I see. Yeah, I see you doing good. How you doing over there?
All right, Mike. Well, Mike, give me some things on what's going on here. I mean, with the quarterback situation and all that other stuff. How are you feeling on that? And anybody we re-sign that you just assume they're not? And are you a Bobby Wagner guy?
Yeah, Rambo, I'm gonna tell you, I'm a lot of those things. I like look, if we can get a chance to pair Bobby Wagner up, all right, with freaking with our boy over there, Freddie, you know what I mean? I mean, come on, him and Warner, who wouldn't want to see that, But before that, I would rather see Chandler Jones opposite of Nicky Bosa, all right, because that would be even more fantastic, you know what I mean? Because if we can get someone opposite of him, that would be great, But I don't know, Ronbo. We could do a few different things. I can't wait for everything to be finalized, and we see what we got all together with the picks, But other than that, Ronbo, I'm just kind of cruising in that regard. But I wanted to address a few things last time, all right? Because some people called in after I was on the show, Ronbo. And I just wanted to make it straight for anyone out there that had it mistaken. Like, Ronbo, you're a grown-ass man, right, Ronbo?
Sure.
All right, right? And I'm a grown-ass man, too. So, like, we're sitting here having a conversation. So if you're not getting hurt by it, right, and I'm not getting hurt by it, but we're having a conversation, then anyone else out there, any other jerk off out there that thinks that it's smart to call in to say anything stupid, like the last guy, what was our friend Casey that called in? Yeah. I think he just called a little bit better. Maybe because he was out there driving cabs, he got his act together. You know what I mean? Before he's calling people pricks and calling in sounding like a cancel culture woke, retired marriage counselor, you know what I mean? Crying and don't talk to Ronbo like that. Like, you know what I mean, Ronbo? Like, you're not a grown ass man, you know what I mean? Like, come on, forget about it. You know what I mean? This freaking guy, like it's just, just crying in, and then Tony calls in afterwards. I know he's your dear friend from Atlanta and everything, right? Right, Ronbo? But if you don't like what Niner people are saying on Niner channels, then you ain't got to listen. You know what I mean? Because no one really gives a shit about what the freaking Falcons are doing. At least I don't, personally, all right? And I really don't give a shit what you think that we're doing, all right? So you can forget about that, too. I really don't care. I sit here, and I be quiet, and I listen, and I give everyone their due, and they say whatever they want, whether I agree with it or not. You know what I mean? But I keep it to me, and I do what I do, Ronbo. Right? We do what we do. Right? I don't sit there and bitch about some of these ridiculous ass calls that I gotta hear about, that I gotta sit here and listen to for over an hour to wait to talk to you. You know what I mean? But yet I'm the bad guy, right? I'm the bad guy because I decide to speak my mind about things that are going on, whether or not you or anyone else is willing to deal with it. You know what I mean? Like. But it is what it is, Ronbo. I don't think I got to say anymore. I just want to say, for you guys calling in, crying, and you just sound like a bunch of friggin' broads, Like really, I don't even really want to I don't want to hear you no more. Get back to driving your friggin' cab, and be nice to the people around you, all right? And no one will have anything negative to say about you, all right? Forget about it. And Ronbo, are you friggin' glad that Russell Wilson is out of the NFC West or what?
Delighted.
Is that not fucking fantastic news? It's great, right? Forget about it,
I just
right?
wanted, because it's just those guys, those ass wipes that used to just work us. When we were down in the dirt in 2013, as soon as Harbaugh left, they were all over us, right? I knew the day would come. I was just sitting back waiting. You people, boy, you coming after us like you're just having a good time, aren't you? You're ragging that witty 12 flag around and saying we own you 49ers. You're eating turkey on the logo on Thanksgiving Day and talking trash. I was livid. And,
absolutely.
Now.
Yeah, those days are over. Those days are over, and I'm so friggin' glad. And not even I hope Bobby comes. I really do. I really do.
He does
I
too,
know. I don't
probably.
know. It'll be some kind of thing on the whole, on the whole financial situation. We'd have to figure it out. But if we can get him a way to get back at that friggin' bum ass team for not even having the dignity to call that guy and call him in the office there face to face or tell him straight up what was going on. I mean, that just goes to show you what kind of a piss poor dog shit organization that they run over there. And I can't wait for these sorry ass Lamb fans to realize the same thing. You know what I mean?
I can't wait to
over
get after them either, Devontae. See, because it's playing.
Absolutely, you know what I mean, and we got all these pricks. Look at all these jerk offs in here now, Ronbo, that are in the chat with their friggin'
There's
chest
no Hawks
out.
fans though.
I can't wait to see. I hope these same friggin' guys. I hope these same friggin' guys call in. All right, when we're halfway through the season, Ronbo, next year. I can't friggin' wait. I really can't friggin' wait. When there's no more motivational speeches to give from fucking Donald, and they will not have to pump each other up just to play in a big game over there because it's not a matter. It's not a matter. Forget about it. Little freaking little jerk offs. You know what I mean? But don't worry, I'm gonna be there to see it next year, Ronbo. I'm gonna be there to see it. I'm gonna skip over the rivers of bum piss and shit on the way that you got to get over just to get to that freaking stadium over there, right? But I'm gonna get there. And I'll be there to see it, all right? Forget about it. Straight up. That's what it is.
It's going to be a party. It's going to be a party. I can't wait to see what it looks like your form's like. But we're going to find out. All right, Mike. Tell you what, it's always good to hear from you. We're gonna go ahead and slide on out here. Because I'm getting ready to go. I'm getting hungry for some reason. I sat here for the last hour.
Sounds good, Ronbo. There you go. No, it sounds good. We're good to go. Well, I appreciate you as always. All right, I appreciate the production staff over there for getting your sound situation figured out.
That was rough.
And as always, I appreciate the real faithful out there. Like I said, shout out to my boy Niner Joe. All right, and Chris.
Hey, don't forget Ice.
OG,
Ice
all
loves
of
you,
them
man.
straight away on there. And there's a lot of different guys on there. And if you want, you could check me out on Twitter too at the Real Niner Mike. All right, and look forward to hearing from you next week. You gonna be on Sunday, Ronbo, or was it Monday over there?
And Mike, you should give a shout out to Rodney Miller. You're his main dude.
Okay, Rodney, that's right. You know what? I got his freaking name over here too. Rodney, shout out to Rodney as well. Rodney's my guy. I appreciate. Listen, Rodney and Iceman too. I know he made a shout out
one of
earlier
the same.
too. Iceman, I appreciate you as always. All right, and ready to blow. I mean, you and your other jerk off. Like seriously, your franchise is garbage. All right, it really is trash. Like Ready to Blow is like. Ready to Blow is everyone knows what Aaron Donald said. Ready to Blow. Everyone knows what he said. All right, you know that. Everyone's seen it over there, telling his team it's gotta matter. Anyway, whatever. All right, Ronbo, I'll catch up with you later. Hey, Ready to Blow. You're a jerk off and nothing more, nothing less. All right. I'll holler at you later, Ronbo.
Looking forward to it, Mike. All right, have a great night, fam. And we rush over to Bethel.
Hey, Rumble.
Hey, Bethel. Well, tonight we got the news that will be Nate Sudfeld. You know, Bethel, did you have any other names in mind? The thing is, I was surprised. I knew Sudfeld. I thought they released him at the end of the season, so I thought we were done with that. And then all of a sudden, Sudfeld is going to be the only backup at this particular hour behind Lance. And I said, wow, really? Well, I guess I could have. I said to myself, I guess you expect something else.
What probably happened was maybe another team wanted him, and so they want to keep him. They want to keep him here, so they offered him a little bit more money.
I bet you're right. That's how you do it.
And yeah, and then another thing is that it's not for sure thing that he might even stay here, because you never know. You might get a walk-in. Or you might get somebody else.
Any number of possibilities.
And you can just let them go.
Yeah.
Yeah. And if there's nobody else, then you have at least somebody to back up Trey Lance.
Bethel, you brought up. You know what though? That thing you just brought up about other teams. Somebody, I forget, Adam Schefter. Well, somebody did say some organizations believe that. Sudfeld has starter quality, And you might be right. The 49ers might just, really? Okay, wait a minute. Before anybody swoops him up, let's go ahead and get him in here before we have to end up getting somebody that's either too expensive or not that good or whatever. I think that did go through the minds of, but the 49ers don't fall for this kind of thing, Bethel. That's why I'm kind of surprised. I saw that tweet, actually.
Yeah. But, Kyle likes to get quarterbacks that know his systems.
And then there's that.
So, yeah. And he wants to be confident that, whoever he gets,
You just put
can
him on
do
out
what,
there.
yeah. And then another thing is that, you could get, maybe some on the preseason and all that, you could probably get more competition and to see how, your backup quarterbacks might do. And you never know, one of them might even beat him out for the position. So, you just gotta, make sure to.
But down through the years, have we actually saw another quarterback that wasn't the chosen one of like after number 2 and 3? I remember a couple of quarterbacks that did a good job. The 49ers just said goodbye to him. That tall guy that was talked about earlier that went to school right down the road at some close university. It wasn't.
And he looked actually pretty good.
Yeah, it wasn't.
Yeah, I remember that guy. I actually
remember him?
liked that guy. Yeah.
The 49ers let him go, and we kept whoever we had. Was it Gabbard? I don't even remember that. It was pretty funny. I said, wait a minute. That guy was pretty good. We just cut him? So, but I don't see him in the league anywhere anymore, though, so I don't know. Could be wrong. But
it's just I think he was a walk-in. So
and that's what it was. Yeah. You can't get any love if you're a walk-in, Bethel. You know what? One of these days we're going to see a guy walk in, UDFA just lights it up out there. Yeah, it looks great, huh? But no, we're going to go with Sudfeld. It's going to be interesting to see if Sudfeld does get any competition with what's good. They left their options open, though. I know Sudfeld is just promised. He gets $2 million, though, and when you promise somebody guaranteed money like that, it's almost a promise, because what am I going to do? I'm going to be $2 million to say goodbye? No! So, I think he's it.
Yeah, and then I think I read somewhere, or somebody said, that for Jimmy to get that 7 for the injury that he got, or for the injury, he had to get injured in the new season. And he didn't get injured in the new season. He got injured in the old season. So that money doesn't count unless he plays for us and gets injured.
I thought that was
guaranteed money.
But I thought that was in this year's contract, which would indicate. Well, you know what? The new league hasn't.
We still haven't.
The new year hasn't started yet, though. It starts.
Yeah, the
Wednesday.
New Year's league haven't started, so he won't get that money because he didn't get injured
during the regular season
in this last year. Yeah.
Okay. All right,
so that's one good thing that. Yeah. So we don't have to worry about that. Money. The only thing I think we have to give them is that, what is it, the 2 that we have to give?
I don't.
If we do.
All I know is they need to trade him in order to be able to be alleviated of some of the things he's going to supposedly get. The dates. I just don't know. Jimmy's situation and some other people on the team. I don't know how it works. How much money do you owe players? They have to leave at a certain date.
Yeah.
So I don't
and
know.
I think if they do a trade, if it's with the coach, I think it's gonna probably be either for a second round pick and it depends on what other pick.
Because they don't have a first round pick.
Yeah.
So they probably try to compensate the 49ers with a couple of picks or pick and player, maybe. I don't know.
Yeah, because I think Seattle got 3 players and
couple of first-round
pick, and
I think they got more than one first-round pick. Russell Wilson stripped him naked. I don't know if Russ is.
Yeah.
I can't wait to see this season. Is Russ really worth all that? They gave a huge ransom. Woo!
Yeah.
God.
And I think I know they did it because if you see in this draft, there's a lot of good defense players.
There's no quarterbacks.
And they could probably replace some other defense people that they're gonna lose. Or they could get some. They could either bulk up their line. It depends on them how they want to do.
Yeah, you talking about the 49ers?
And the Seahawks. That's why I think that's why they did it. Because with all these draft picks, and then plus they have all this money, so they're gonna probably try to jack up some of our players.
Turner and exactly. Well, you know what? They're probably gonna trade one of those first-round picks to get more picks. The Hawks are gonna have a boatload of picks, and they got lots of money. You know, but they draft horribly, and it's documented, and a reputation has been built. They don't know how to draft. What's that running back that they got in the first round? What the hell, Hawks? Russell Wilson, nobody doesn't want to stay. You see, you need an offensive lineman. You got a running back. Last year, you got a wide receiver. Go Hawks!
Yeah.
Dumbass.
I think if we're gonna go get anybody, or it depends on what kind of draft picks we get, and if they want to go up and get somebody, I think it's gonna be an offensive line, because if you see our defense always been good. No matter what, we're on the top 5, top 10 defense all the time.
That's because direction and players we've had. Anytime you have a bunch of players together for a while, that's what makes it good. Continuity is everything as far as defense. Beth, we ran out of time though. Let me see you Sunday, so we'll continue. Okay.
All right, Rumble. Like always, hit the like,
thanks,
and subscribe, and let's go Niners.
Indeed, we're going to. All right, man.
All right,
see you Sunday. Hey, Tony, come on in, Tony. Tony. Tony? See, Tony's probably doing getting all them chores and things done and get caught laying on the sofa. Hey, you gonna finish today? Yeah. I was just resting my eyes. I'm good. Let's get this. Tony. All right, let's see if Tony. We're gonna have to come back to Tony. I think he's.
Ronbo.
There he is, Tony.
What's up, Ronbo?
Tony, man, I'm back talking football again finally, and looking at some of the things that are unraveling around. This past 2 or 3 days has been hilarious, right? You see Carson Wentz. You hear about the story behind Carson Wentz and how bad the owner wanted to come down and choke him. It sounded like they had to restrain the owner from getting to Carson's neck, right? And then you look up and there's Russell Wilson as they send Carson to Washington. Look at Russell Wilson. Oh, I thought they were kidding. They sent you
then they released
Denver?
Bobby Wagner.
I wonder how they went about it, because Bobby didn't know nothing about that, I don't think, until the hour they called him. Yeah, Bobby, yeah. No, I'm okay. Bob, listen, I got to tell you, I'm going to just get to the point. You're out. What do you mean I'm out? Well, you're released. You're a free agent. Go do whatever you want to do. And listen, Bob, we're going to have a dinner for you. Click. Bobby hangs up the phone, right? You know, the NFL, Tony, I get the feeling sometimes the NFL, if you're a good ball player, while you're good, it's all peaches and cream and people treat you with respect and nice. If things go south, all of a sudden, it could get really ugly. They did that to Bobby Ford.
Rambo, those two players, Rambo, from Seattle, Bobby Wagner and Russell Wilson, those are probably going to be the only two or maybe one or two more future Hall of Famers. And they traded one and cut the other.
Sherm? And Sherm left mad?
Yep. Not for long. That's what it stands for, those initials.
Yes. So,
but you know what, though? If the 49ers trade Joe Montana,
than anybody to be traded. Johnny Unitas got traded at the end of his career.
Ain't that the truth?
Yeah.
Ain't that the truth? But you know what? That's why they were saying that, Nate Sudfeld, he did a good job with preparing Trey for the business of the NFL. So you know what? You shouldn't be traumatized if they say something crazy to you, because everybody on the team realizes they're going to treat you like an asset, a number, a business piece. And when things get personal, it's not to be taken personal.
Mm-hmm. And Ronbo, Trey Lance is not seeing one of Colin Cowherd's daughters. He's seeing this former Georgia athlete, went to the University of Georgia. I forgot her name. Real pretty girl.
Okay.
He's dating her.
Oh, okay. Before these lies get started. Because when somebody said, Trey's dating his daughter. I said, whose daughter? Cowherd. What? I didn't know he had a daughter old enough to date Trey. Really? I was shocked.
Yeah.
See, you got to be careful what they say out here. Tony, between now and draft night, the lies are going to be world-class, award-winning. Yeah.
Hey, Ronbo, also today, I don't have the numbers. It was on CBS Sports Line. We restructured Matt Ryan's contract today.
Oh, today?
Freed up some more money.
All right.
So
how much cap did
I know. I don't know. They didn't put any of the numbers out.
Okay.
I think 24 million, but that's not been confirmed. They just said undisclosed.
That's a lot.
But I'm sure it'll be coming out in a day or so. Free agent frenzy starts Sunday, right?
Yeah. So, not this Sunday.
I'm hearing you guys are interested in Bobby Wagner. I don't know how that's going to work cap-wise, but that's what I'm hearing.
Okay, I can't wait. If they do this, I'll be delighted. But I'm trying to understand the 49ers always crying about we ain't got no money, and all of a sudden I can sign a premier linebacker like Bobby Wagner when I don't know if I really need him. Everybody says, no, Ronbo, you don't get it. Everybody needs Bobby Wagner. I'm just saying, we did well. Our linebacking core is not the problem. I need some defensive backs.
Are you guys talking to Pittsburgh about trading Garoppolo to Jimmy? Because I understand that Indianapolis and Pittsburgh are still vying for Jimmy's services.
Yeah, if that's the case, 49ers will sit back and see which one of them throws the highest bid. Because Indy would be perfect, as would Pittsburgh, because Pittsburgh's got Najee, and Indianapolis got the premier running back in the NFL last year. The offensive line in Pittsburgh is not conducive to Jimmy, though. It is, because Jimmy's going to get rid of that ball quick. But I'd like to see Jimmy in a situation where the offensive line gives him time to really operate. Because contrary to what people say, Jimmy Garoppolo can kick an ass when he's got time to throw. But if he's got to operate quickly, it's a different story.
And now Deshaun Watson's court stuff has been cleared.
Yep.
They want to can't find someone. They want 3 first-rounders, 2 seconds, and all this.
They don't want to trade him, Tony. That's why they're asking for all that. And then we couldn't get what we asked for. Well, I can see Dwight. Well, damn, you're asking for it. How team gonna come up with all that? I ain't playing for y'all no more. I can see the argument break it out again,
And I'm sorry, I heard that Nino Mike was kind of in his feelings calling me out. I didn't say nothing bad about Nino Mike. I think he's funny, but he's just into his feelings. I understand how that works.
This has been on the Ronbo Sports Show. This has been going on for years. People going back and forth about something that somebody said. So it's he's okay, and you're okay, and everything will be fine. Now that both people have their piece, you didn't intentionally throw a piece at. You weren't throwing any shade on him directly. You were just commenting on what he said.
No, I think he should have his own television show. He's a very talented guy.
But Mike is definitely
he's just upset right now.
Yeah, he takes that as fighting material. So now that we both people spoke on it, hopefully we can move on now and just let it ride.
Hey, Ronbo, Calvin Ridley came out today, and I'm tired of talking about him. He's done, as far as I'm concerned.
What was that he said?
$1,500.
For
now
what?
I'm hearing it's $3,600. They said he lied.
Wait, what was the story on? What was the? I read his article. I forgot what it was that he did. That he's in deep trouble. It wasn't drunk driving or
He's
anything.
suspended for 1 year for
Gambling.
gambling. Yeah.
That's what it was.
So now we don't get a second-round pick for him. We don't get nothing, but we get that $11 million against our cap. So that puts us under the cap now.
He claimed mental illness issues, right?
That was just a smokescreen, I think.
Now, guys like Calvin Ridley, you know what they did, though, Tony? Now, the next player that really does have issues, if he says anything, people are going to doubt it.
Yep.
Him, because you know him, and what's his name over with playing right now with the Philadelphia NBA team?
Simmons.
Simmons has been sitting on the sidelines, and he still says, I can't play. The camera's been on him. He's sitting on the sideline, cutting up and having a good time, laughing and talking and cheering. His legs are fine. Everything's fine.
Checks.
You see?
Mm-hmm. That's because he's collecting checks.
Tony, if I was on the team, I'd tell him, look here, man. If I ever have any problems and I don't get no love because of your ass, I'm going to have some words with you, all right? Because you're sitting around there, you're BSing, and ain't nothing wrong with you, man. You just don't want to play for whatever reason because you're scared. Everybody knows all you do is play defense. That's fine. Embrace the role, man, but stop bull. You know, I know I start out calm and I get mad because that's what I do. I try to remain, you don't want to come at somebody crooked, right? But you have a discussion and it elevates and it gets stupid, you know? God.
Hey, Rob, when Dynamite was winning, I put in the comments, I think I pissed him off if he read it, because I did hear this. I said, Dynamite, what if the Niners had a change of heart and Jimmy Garoppolo stays for another year? And I put a bunch of laughing emojis. It made them mad. But I did hear that, though.
Well,
I did hear that.
No, John said it. Here's the thing. I don't know if the 49ers are really insisting upon a first-round pick, but they're not going to get it. There's not any team out there, especially with Deshaun Watson running. If I do have a first-round pick and I want a quarterback, I'm not going to give it to you, 49ers. I'm going to go ahead and try to see if I can get Deshaun. Or I'm just going to sit on it and do without or do it for the draft. But I'll give you number 2, second-round pick, but give me a break, guys. And I'll give you a third round or something else. But I'll give you a first round. Jimmy's laying in the hospital. Jimmy, I don't even know if he can throw again.
Yeah, it's just like with Julio. We got a second-round pick this year and a fourth next year.
Yeah.
Like you heard about the Khalil Mack trade. The Bears got a second-round pick this year and a fifth-rounder next year for Khalil Mack. That was a good trade by the Chargers.
It was. And Khalil's going to come in and help him, but that's how it works. You don't stop trying to take teams out like that. We got taken to the laundry. The Miami Dolphins did a job. Trey Lance did. I like Trey, but come on. 2 first-round picks, Kyle. What were you guys thinking? Now, if he doesn't pan out, and I hope he does. But look what you went too far. 1 first-rounder would have been fine. But you know what? Teams wouldn't talk to the 49ers unless they gave up that kind of capital. And a lot of teams wouldn't talk to the 49ers at all. So they went all the way up to Miami. And Miami said, yeah, what do you do, guys? We'll trade your pick and 2 first-rounders for the next 2 years. Take it. It's the number 3
Ronbo,
pick, Tony.
in my opinion, I know you guys got to get a corner and you got to get some other spots filled. But if I was you guys, I would invest in 2 offensive linemen to help Trey Lance. That would help the whole team tremendously. I know you got linemen there already, but a solid veteran.
I agree. Well, Tony, we got to go, though. I'll see you Sunday, and we can get back to whatever is going on in the NFL, which is going to be crazy between now and Wednesday. So, all right.
It's going to be crazy because Sunday starts the frenzy, so we'll be able to talk about it a little bit.
I didn't even know that. That's how loop I've been. You're talking about this Sunday, aren't you?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Wow.
We're not going to be able to get much, but I want to get James Daniels, that offensive guard center from the Bears.
Can't wait till Sunday evening. I'll be back Sunday evening. All right. All right, Tony.
All right, talk to you. Have a good night.
All right, you too. 49ers, Lakers, Ronbo, it's going to break your heart when the bum Jittery G is finally gone. I personally can't wait. Well, good for you, 49ers, Lakers. And thanks for the contribution. Hey, Joey.
What the hell is going on with you, Ronbo? Forget about it. How you doing, Ronbo? It's been a while, goddammit.
It has.
How you doing?
Can't remember the last time we talked.
Hey, man, it's been a while, goddammit. Hey, I go by the name of Nina Joe now, Nina Joe. So,
There you go.
Oh.
Shout out to my guy, Nina Mike. He said my name earlier. That's who he was referring to, so I appreciate him.
I've seen that
Yeah,
name
that's
around
nice.
Twitter. All right. I think I hit like on a couple of your posts. I didn't know that was you. I would have still
That was
hit
me.
it, but I didn't know that
me.
was you. Well,
Yeah.
what do we owe this pleasure? I mean, what's on your mind, Joey? Niner Joey.
Hey, God damn it. Hey, listen. Fucking Russell Wilson is out of our division. Hallelujah. Bye, Felicia. I can't tell you how goddamn excited I am, boy. Fuck, man.
I know, but
It's been a while, goddamn
Joey,
it.
though, I just wanted to beat his butt one more time before he left. That's the only thing. Well, you know what? Because if we beat him with the Broncos, it's not the same thing.
We got him with the Broncos.
But it's not the same thing. Because he'll say, well, you wouldn't have beat me if I'd have had my Hawks uniform on. And Hawks fans, I mean, everybody's going to say that. I just know it. I don't care about I just want to beat his butt. But still, it loses a little bit. Not beating him while he's in
Don't
Seattle.
worry.
But I'm still happy with beating him.
Yeah. No, that's great. But, yeah, man, we looking all right. I can't wait. Season's around the corner. Fucking Bobby Wagner out of the Seattle Seahawks. I'd like Bobby Wagner personally, Chandler Jones, maybe even another former 49er cornerback, DJ Reed, somebody like that, that
we could
might
use
help.
him, actually. Good nickelback, too.
Yeah, we'll see, we'll see what happens with this whole Jimmy G saga. I'm just fed up with the whole thing. I want it to be over. I don't know what's going to happen with all that, so we'll see where that all takes us, but how you doing, Ronbo? Man, it's been a while.
Doing great, As I said, I got my obligations all fixed up around the place, and some other places too, and so I'm cool. It's good to be back to talk football and free agency. I didn't even know. See, that's how out of the loop I had been for the last week. I didn't know free agency frenzy starts this weekend. Jesus.
Yeah, 16th. It's the 16th.
That's Wednesday.
Yeah, next week. Yeah.
Hey, so Tony, not yet. Okay, I thought, how did I not know this? Okay, so it's a few days away. The 16th is on Wednesday, which is the season gets underway. All right, good. I'm ready.
16th, yeah. So, yeah, me too. We'll see what happens. You have any idea where you think Jimmy might go? Do you even think that we're going to trade Jimmy? Do you think if we don't get what we want, do you think that they'll release him?
Well, if somebody just said that somebody offered the 49ers a second-round pick, I don't know why they didn't take it. I think, unless Jimmy said, I don't want to go there, but I think he ends up in Indianapolis, which is perfect for him.
Well, the whole thing with that is, being on the Twitter spaces, I get a little information from other people, but from my understanding, it might actually have to do with a sign and trade. So if he gets traded, then his agent might want to, do like a contract extension with that
contract
team.
extension.
And so then they got to figure out numbers and what he's comfortable with, and if he wants to stay there past 1 year. So, there's a lot of things that factor into it.
But then why say no to the? If a team says that, and I just ask him what you want to pay him, and then I go ahead and do the sign, we sign him and we trade him. I don't know why the complication would be there. It's interesting.
Unless they're just pissed off about the whole situation and they're just playing hardball, because you have to remember that he has a no trade clause until the 16th.
Yeah.
So the no trade clause doesn't go. How he has a no trade clause on his thing and it ends on the 16th. So technically, if he wanted to, he could still use that no trade clause bullshit and fucking not go anywhere just to piss off the 49ers until the 16th. Because
he can't gain anything like that because Jimmy probably wants a new contract. So what he needs to do is help him get to the next club and start talking about a deal. So hanging around the 49ers just to be hanging around the 49ers, just to do him a job, I doubt that would be beneficial for him. So
yeah, I don't know.
And also, the thing is, if Jimmy's laying up, the problem also is if I'm the Indianapolis Colts, John, I don't know if a second-round pick, don't you think it's a good idea? I don't know what I'm going to get in Garoppolo. He may not. I mean, I understand it's a minor procedure and all, but still, it is his throwing arm. Those are the things you got to. If I'm John, I got to sit there and I got to agree, and I go ahead and make that deal. So.
Yeah, we'll see what happens, Ronbo. Anyways, man, I got to get going. Nina Mike, forget about it, Ronbo. You have a good one, man.
All right.
Hey,
All right, Nina
Jimmy, we'll
Joey.
see what happens, man. Yeah, Nina Joe. Hey, listen, Nina Joe, Kiara Mia's still a hoe, and Jimmy G got to go. Forget about it.
All right. We'll talk to you later, Joey. All right. All right, fam. You know what? I've been hungry here for the last hour. My appetite just came in like crazy. I'm going to go ahead and do that. And, fam, I'll see you Sunday. And between now and then, let's have a good night. Don't forget to subscribe and hit that like, fam. You know how much I love them likes, too. Thanks for contributions tonight, too, guys. A nighter! Said you get warmed up. Night, fam.